Chapter 176 Liang Bing, My Husband Just Likes Contrasts. Novel image. Hubby, you tricked me into getting another queen. Hubby, do you particularly like the queen attribute? How many queens do you have in your universe? Seeing Bai Ye trick Medusa so easily. Sitting next to Bai Ye and leaning on Bai Ye's shoulder, Liang Bing came back to her senses from the afterglow and couldn't help but complain. And rolled her eyes at Bai Ye. Hee hee. After hearing this, Bai Ye just pinched Liang Bing's beautiful face and didn't say anything. But speaking of it, in his own universe, it seems that he has indeed raised several queens. Such as the demon queen Liang Bing, angel queen Holy Keisha, Holy He She. In addition to Queen Medusa, the number of queens has reached 4. Especially, each one has a different style. Each has its own beauty and personality. The happiness in it. Naturally, it is not something that outsiders can tell. Whatever Lord Bai Ye does, it is correct and absolute. Lei Dianying, who was sitting on Bai Ye's left, said in a low voice. In her opinion, Bai Ye's power stood at the top of the universe. Naturally, he had no scruples. He just raised a few queens. What did it matter? Ing is still more obedient. Bai Ye smiled. He pulled Lei Dianying, who was sitting next to him, over and rubbed her little head. Lei Dianying's pretty face turned red, but she did not resist. Instead, she buried her head in Bai Ye's arms. Tisk, vixen. Hubby, you just like this kind of goddess who looks cool on the outside. In private, I wonder how much of a contrast there is. Liang Bing complained disdainfully. To be honest, as a lawless demon queen, Liang Bing disdains to pretend to be cool. She also looks down on goddesses like Lei Dianying who look cool on the outside. But there is no way. Who makes Bai Ye like her? Liang Bing knows very well. The temperament of her gods of destruction husband. He likes contrast too much. Thinking of this, Liang Bing couldn't help but sigh and shook her head. On the ring. The battle between Uchiha Madara and Hades has entered a white-hot stage. The strength of the two is not much different. So the battle is evenly matched. Although Hades is the ruler of the 5th parallel, the king of the universe, possessing the power of the nebula body. But Uchiha Madara today is no longer the same as before. Uchiha Madara, who upgraded his body to the 4th generation divine body, plus the power of the 6th sage. In terms of combat power, obviously better than Hades. Therefore, as the battle continued, Hades gradually fell into a disadvantage. It was only a matter of time before he lost. That newcomer is going to lose. Boros, who was watching the battle on the other side of the seat, snorted coldly. As expected, Madara's strength is almost reaching the level of a starburst. If that guy didn't have enough points, I guess he would have paid the full amount to buy the 5th generation divine body. Xiongba said happily. Indeed. Aizen nodded in agreement. For strong men of their level. In fact, when the battle just started, the result was already known. Although Hades' strength is good, he is the absolute king who rules a parallel universe. But compared with Uchiha Madara, his strength and destructive power are still inferior. After all, he is not the opponent of Uchiha Madara, who is the 4th generation of divine body and the 6th sage. And as the battle progressed, soon, in the eyes of everyone, on the ring, there was a bang. Heavenly barrier star, accompanied by Uchiha Madara's roar. Several huge meteorites suddenly fell from the sky, crushed Pluto and his mecha on the ring, until they were destroyed. Buzz. When the smoke and dust cleared, Pluto had already lost. Oh my god. That new guy called Pluto actually fought with Madara for so long. Awesome. Are all the new guys nowadays such big guys? Sukuna, who was watching the game, was shocked and trembling. Although Pluto was defeated in the end. But in Sukuna's view, Pluto is still a big guy. After all, Uchiha Madara's immortal 4th generation divine body, plus various ninjutsu and illusions at the level of the 6th sage. His powerful strength is naturally self-evident. At least Sukuna felt that he had no resistance against Uchiha Madara. He would be killed instantly. However, this new guy who just joined the group actually fought with Madara for so long. Hiss, hiss, hiss. Sukuna couldn't help but take a few breaths of cold air. The newcomers nowadays are really getting more and more terrifying. You know, Madara has been developing in the chat group for a long time. And Pluto is a newcomer who has not started to develop yet. After getting familiar with the functions of the chat group and group points, how powerful will Pluto become? Sukuna couldn't imagine it. I thought it was hard to get a few newcomers. I am the lowest ranking brother in the group. I can finally stand up and sing. But now it seems I am still the lowest ranking one in the group. Damn it. When will I be able to stand up? I want to show off too. Sukuna wanted to cry but had no tears. No. Is this level of fighting really something that humans can have? Isn't this too terrifying? You broke the 10,000-meter arena. With this kind of destructive power, are you still human? Then he shouted, I have captured a legendary Pokemon. Are these members of the chat group really considered human? She couldn't help but doubt in her heart. Sirona shook her head and threw away some weird thoughts in her mind. Even if it is a first-level god in their Pokemon world. Sukuna with 4 eyes. And Uchiha Madara's complete Susanoo that was hundreds of meters tall. Boros with 1 eye. Her beautiful eyes were wide open. They will never be the opponents of these monsters. That kind of picture is really beautiful. Of course, Qian Li's. Hirona couldn't help but scalp numb. Are you all Pokemon in human skin? Let alone a first-level god. No, even a first-level god is not so terrifying. Hirona, who was watching the battle, witnessed everything that just happened. Only Lord Bai Ye looked a little more pleasing to the eye. These guys, each of them is a first-level god in human skin. No matter how Sharona looked at them, she couldn't associate them with humans. Sharona couldn't help but look at the seats where Boros and others were sitting. Even if all the first-level gods in the Pokemon world are added together. Sirona couldn't imagine it. Speaking of which, these guys. A human defeated a legendary Pokemon with his bare hands. It will be a complete crushing situation. She was almost numb with shock. Looking at the terrifying meteorites on the arena. Facing these terrifying guys. Alas, what kind of chat group did I enter? If the latter is excluded, then it's like universe-like vast and terrifying aura. It is a situation of inevitable loss. Neptune, a mermaid who is 10 meters tall. Even with the strength of these people, they can catch legendary Pokemon with their bare hands. Chapter 177 Confused Sirona, Arceus is an alpaca. Novel image. This chat group is really terrible. Sharona glanced at everyone, then looked at Bai Ye who was at ease, and couldn't help but sigh. She didn't know whether it was the right choice to enter this chat group. But what she knew was that her life and destiny. From this moment on, there have been earth-shaking changes. Sister Sharona, you just need to get used to it. The strength of the bosses has always been like this. Yotani Miko explained on the side. Of course, it wasn't that scary at the beginning. However, since the last group mission of the spirit world was completed, the strength of the bosses has improved by leaps and bounds. Now in the group chat, there are many bosses at the level of Starburst. Yotani Miko said in a low voice. Hearing this, Sharona was even more shocked. She was also a little confused. Starburst. What does this mean? She asked in confusion. It means that it can destroy the planet. Su Xiaoxiao on the side suddenly said. Destroy the planet? Hiss. Is this really the power that humans can possess? Destroy the planet, this has reached the realm of God, right? Sharona was shocked again. In the Pokemon world, she is also a knowledgeable scholar. But here, she feels like a frog in a well. At the same time, there is a deep sense of powerlessness. Because destroying the planet is such a horrible thing, even the first-level legendary Pokemon in their world can't do it. To be honest, I feel that you are less horrible than the intermediate-level Pokemon in our Pokemon world. Sharona said with a wry smile. She was really eye-opening. Their Pokemon world. In the world of heaven and earth, it is really too weak. Sister Sharona, in fact, the Pokemon world is not as small as you think. Su Xiaoxiao pondered for a while and said. What? Sharona was stunned. Sister Sirona, you should know that the god of creation in the Pokemon world is called Arceus. Although I don't know what version of Arceus your world is. B. Su Xiaoxiao said, and suddenly paused. If it is the multiverse version of Arceus, it is undoubtedly the strongest. Because this version of Arceus is the most terrifying, every world and every parallel universe has its clone. Moreover, this version of Arceus has created countless multiverses. Su Xiaoxiao said seriously. Multiverse. I don't know what you mean. Sirona was even more confused, touched her head, and was a little embarrassed. She is a famous scholar in the Sinnoh region. She didn't even understand what Su Xiaoxiao said. It was really embarrassing. Miss, I don't quite understand what you mean. Miss next to him also said embarrassedly. I don't quite understand. But it sounds like that Arceus seems to be very powerful. Yotani Miko said cutely. Liang Bing was disdainful when she heard this. Tisk, no matter how powerful he is, can he be stronger than my husband? In Liang Bing's opinion, her gods of destruction husband is invincible. Even if Bai Ye is not the strongest in the Dragon Ball world yet. Sooner or later, Bai Ye will also step onto the top of the Dragon Ball universe. Boss Liang Bing, this is not necessarily true. If it is Arceus at the multiverse level, he may be stronger than Lord Bai Ye. Of course, I have to ask Lord Bai Ye about all this. Su Xiaoxiao said, turning to look at Bai Ye. Lord Bai Ye, I have a question. Has your current strength reached the multiverse level? Su Xiaoxiao asked curiously. Bai Ye shook his head lightly after hearing this. It's still a little short. Although my current strength has not reached the multiverse level. But, the alpaca you mentioned should not be my opponent. Bai Ye explained lightly, it can't do anything to me, of course, I can't completely destroy it now. I understand. Su Xiaoxiao nodded, and it was clear. And Sharona on the side was confused. What multiverse? What alpaca? She simply didn't understand it at all. Speaking of which. Is the legendary creator Arceus an alpaca? Oh my god. This is too weird, right? Sharona was dumbfounded. Arena. Seeing the battle was over, Hades was defeated. The people watching the battle also withdrew their virtual avatars. Although Sharona still wanted to ask Su Xiaoxiao something. But seeing that Bai Ye and the others had withdrawn. There was no way. I could only ask next time. At the same time. Super Beast World, Xianming Coffin. Hades took a deep breath, and his eyes under the mask looked very unbelievable. I actually lost. That guy. He actually possesses such a powerful strength. That blue mecha, is it called Susanoo? Interesting. Hades smiled faintly. Although he lost. He was not angry or depressed at all. After all, his character is relatively open-minded. As the leader of the wolf tribe, Hades is not the kind of person who can't afford to lose. On the contrary. After the defeat, Hades will reflect on his own shortcomings. And analyze Uchiha Madara's strength and power system. There is no doubt. Uchiha Madara's power system is different from the power system of their world. But energy is something. Different paths lead to the same destination. Although I don't know what Madara's energy is. But it is stronger than his own nebula body after all. This chat group is really extraordinary. These group members are also some very interesting guys. It seems that I have a chance to get out of the Xianming coffin in advance. Hades muttered to himself. Then, consciousness entered the chat group. Hades, at Konoha Dance King, you are very strong and I lost. My Dance King, after all, you are just a newcomer, it is normal for you to lose to me. My Dance King, Pluto, you are also very powerful, but unfortunately, I will never regard those who lose to me as my opponents. I will chase you until you are out of reach. 11. Universe Overlord Boros, at my Dance King, get lost, this is my quote. Su Xiao Xiao, Boss Boros, this is actually the Emperor of the Wilderness. My Dance King, at Universe Overlord Boros, what's yours and mine? Can't you just use it to pretend 10 times? Captain of the 5th Division, these two idiots. Daqin Zulong, Mr. Madara and Mr. Boros are really two old enemies. Ha ha ha, you guys are really interesting. I'm starting to like this chat group. World Overlord, at Halo, newcomer, your strength is very good. I guess your status in the world you live in is also very high. World Overlord, in the future, when the group gathers, you are qualified to sit at the same table with me and others. Halo, thank you very much. Curse King, I envy you. When I first joined the group, I sat at the same table with dogs. King of Fishman Island, alas, who told you to be so arrogant when you joined the group? Now you've been beaten by the big guys. Curse King, you whipped me again. I was wrong, isn't it okay? Chapter 178 9-star Fighting Saint Medusa, I am waiting to be conquered by you. Novel image. At the same time. Do-Chi World. Medusa lazily lay on the throne. Consciousness entered the group mall, looking at her 5 million points balance. Her heart was a little excited. 5 million group points are enough for me to upgrade to the realm of Do-Di. However, I heard from that abominable guy that it would be better to use part of these points to buy the 4th generation of Divine Body. Medusa looked at the introduction of the 4th generation of Divine Body in the group mall, her beautiful eyes moved slightly, and she muttered to herself. The 4th generation of Divine Body is immortal at the atomic level. Only the power of the Starburst level can completely destroy it. This 4th generation of Divine Body is much stronger than the Do-Di. Medusa took a deep breath. Then she chose to buy it without hesitation. Ding! Congratulations, you have successfully purchased the 4th generation of Divine Body by consuming 3 million points. Body. As the group system's prompt sound fell. With a buzz. A dazzling light enveloped Medusa's body. A powerful and vast energy aura burst out. Soon. Boom. The white light dissipated. Medusa instantly upgraded to the 4th generation of Divine Body. This power. It's really unbelievable. I didn't expect that I could reach such a level. This is much stronger than the legendary 7-colored swallowing sky python. Medusa clenched her jade fist and felt the vast life force in her body. A feeling of, I am invincible in this world, suddenly surged in her heart. The 4th generation of Divine Body is really too strong big. Medusa felt at this moment. Even the legendary Do-Di. He is definitely not her opponent. The snake people will definitely reach the peak under the leadership of this king. Even Medusa couldn't help but feel a sense of ambition in her heart at this moment. Chat group system, consume all the remaining points to continue upgrading this king. Medusa continued in her heart. The voice fell. Buzz. Another dazzling light enveloped Medusa's body. In an instant, Medusa reached the peak of Do-Wang. Instantly upgraded to the peak of 9-star Do-Zheng. Only one step away from the legendary Do-Di. The Do-Ki realm of the peak of 9-star Do-Zheng. Plus the immortal 4th generation Divine Body. At this moment, Medusa is invincible in this world. However. Even so. But recalling the terrifying feeling that Bai Ye gave her at that time. Medusa felt a strong sense of powerlessness in her heart. In front of Bai Ye. She still felt like an ant. Just as the saying goes. If you don't practice, you will see me like a moon in a well. If you practice, you will see me like a mayfly seeing the blue sky. Medusa felt this way at this time. The strong people in this chat group are stronger than I thought. It seems that if I want to enter a higher realm, I have to build a good relationship with these guys. Especially that Bai Ye. Medusa pondered in her heart, her beautiful eyes deep. That guy, I heard that his strength has reached the top of the universe. With such strength, I wonder how strong it will be. It's really terrifying, humans can actually reach this level. Destroying a universe with one hand, isn't this already reaching the realm of God? Medusa was shocked and entered the chat group. Queen Medusa, at Gods of Destruction Bai Ye, I have already stepped into the peak of the 9-star Do-Sheng and upgraded to the 4th generation God Body. Queen Medusa, although you guys have bad intentions towards me, I still want to thank you for your points. Bai Ye Universe. Seeing Medusa at himself, Bai Ye also casually replied. Gods of Destruction Bai Ye, you're welcome, you will pay it back sooner or later anyway. Queen Medusa, oh. Do you mean you still want to charge interest? Seeing Bai Ye say this, Medusa was not annoyed, but showed a charming and beautiful smile. Queen Medusa, interesting, if you really have that ability, I don't mind being conquered by you. Keisha is AB***ch, he, then you played a little snake, you are destined to be unable to escape the clutches of my husband in this life. Super Invincible Beauty, Aqua, Tisk, Stinky Demon Queen, how can you talk like that, what do you mean by unable to escape the clutches of your husband? Super Invincible Beauty, Aqua, it's her honor to be the concubine of my husband. Universe Overlord Boros, you idiot is right. Konoha Dance King, agree. Great Daqin Zulong, agree. Captain of the 5th Division, that's right. Overlord of the world, Humph, being the woman of Lord Bai Ye is a blessing you have cultivated for several lifetimes. King of Curses, that's right, it's a pity that I am a man, otherwise I would like to be the maid of Lord Bai Ye. Universe Overlord Boros, at Curse King, great minds think alike. Su Xiao Xiao, question mark. Yotani Miko. 0 please give me flowers. Spirit Hall Saint. Captain of the 5th Division, at Universe Overlord Boros, at Curse King. Su Xiao Xiao, it's not easy for you to become a boss, just offer your daughter Shirahoshi. As for other monsters, they will be destroyed. But not all women can collect them. Although Bai Ye likes to collect beautiful things. Sharona trembled. Bai Ye really didn't know much about the other complicated characters. Keisha is AB***ch, ha ha ha, husband, I am dying of laughter. Holy Maiden of Spirit Hall, King Neptune, I didn't expect you didn't really have such an idea. She can't accept such exciting things. As for Boros's sister. Lay movie, Ing feels so stressed. At least they have to be clean and pretty. Pluto. She is still just a simple virgin girl. Bai Ye said that he had never seen her. Su Xiao Xiao, King Neptune, you understand something. King of Fishman Island, I want to, but Lord Bai Ye doesn't come to the pirate world, so I can't do anything. Gods of Destruction Bai Ye, who do you think I am? Universe Overlord Boros, ahem, please don't do that, Lord Bai Ye. I was just joking. I am a straight man. I absolutely don't like men. Gods of Destruction Bai Ye, go away. Gods of Destruction Bai Ye, next time we have a group gathering, get rid of those 2 idiots. I always feel that the big guys are playing so well. Curse King, Lord Bai Ye, I was wrong too. I was just joking to express my endless admiration for you. After all, he didn't often watch anime in his previous life. Sharona, did I join the wrong group? Universe Overlord Boros, by the way, Lord Bai Ye, I actually have a younger sister who is pretty. Lay movie, at Gods of Destruction Bai Ye, Lord Bai Ye, it turns out that Ing not only has to compete with women, but also with men. World Overlord, Boros, you actually have a younger sister. When did it happen? How come Yuan Tian didn't know? King of Fishman Island, the bosses are playing more and more, is this why I can't become a boss? I see, I understand. He only knew some general plots. Pluto, I often feel out of tune with you because I'm not perverted enough. Gods of Destruction Bai Ye, JPG. Chapter 179, Boros' sister, Ing Zheng, and Hades discuss ruling. Daqin Zulong, Boss Boros' sister. I'm curious about what Boss Boros' sister is like. Konoha Dance King, you, a one-eyed man, actually have a sister. Konoha Dance King, she won't be as ugly as you, will she? Universe Overlord Boros, at Konoha Dance King, get out. I really want to give your world a star-shattering energy cannon. Konoha Dance King, cut it out, come on, I can survive in the universe now anyway, you can destroy the ninja world if you want. King of Fishman Island, to be honest, I'm really curious about what Boss Boros' sister looks like. King of Fishman Island, she won't be similar to Boss Boros, will she? Captain of the 5th Division, then destroy it. Universe Overlord Boros, at Captain of the 5th Division. Keisha is AB asterisk asterisk CH, ha 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 ha, Aizen, when did you learn to tell jokes seriously? Ha ha ha, I'm dying of laughter. Sharona, the sister of an alien should also be an alien, right? Pluto, not sure, after all, we are all newcomers, and we don't know what the situation in the group is. Queen Medusa, humph, no matter how beautiful you are not as beautiful as me. Queen Medusa, what's more, that guy named Boros is so ugly, his sister must be ugly too. Yotani Miko, According to the perspective of modern genetics, it seems to be true. Universe Overlord Boros, you guys, that's enough. Universe Overlord Boros, this is a photo of my sister, picture. Universe Overlord Boros, although I don't know why your human aesthetics are so weird, but from your human aesthetics, my sister must not be ugly. Hearing this, everyone clicked on the picture of Boros's sister. Then, a sexy three-eyed beauty dressed in hot clothes suddenly appeared in front of everyone. Her clothes are somewhat similar to Boros. All universe server. But his appearance is not similar to Boros at all. After all, Boros is one-eyed. And this hot beauty has 3 eyes. And, according to the aesthetics of human beings, this sexy beauty with 3 eyes is much better looking than Boros. Keisha is AB asterisk asterisk CH, oh my god, Boros, is this girl really your sister? How come she doesn't look like you at all? Konoha Dance King, not only is she not like you, she is simply the difference between a human and a monkey. Captain of the 5th Division, I agree. Boros, the Overlord of the Universe. Boros, the Overlord of the Universe, at Konoha Dance King, at Captain of the 5th Division, one day, I will kill you two guys. Daqin Zulong, ha ha ha, Master Madara and Master Aizen have said it. Daqin Zulong, to be honest, I don't think Master Boros is ugly, but it's a bit strange from our human aesthetics. Daqin Zulong, maybe in Boros's universe family, he is one of the most handsome men. Hades, I agree. Beauty is just a human definition. Universe Overlord Boros, at Daqin Zulong, at Hades, I like what you two guys say more. Universe Overlord Boros, to be honest, I am indeed one of the most handsome men in our Universe Overlord family. My Dance King, well, your family's aesthetics are really weird. Captain of the 5th Division, +1. Universe Overlord Boros, you two bastards can shut up if you can't talk. Hades, beauty is just a momentary feeling. Only reality is eternal, and reality is never beautiful. Martial Spirit Hall Saint. Sharona. Lay movie. Queen Medusa, ? Medusa was confused. Psychopath. What on earth is this guy talking about? Why can't she understand? Su Xiao Xiao, 6. Curse King, damn, Pluto, how can you speak so meaningfully? Curse King, I have a new respect for you. Pluto, only when you have gone through the 7th level of loneliness can you become a truly strong person, and our world will be born from this. Su Xiao Xiao, 666. Yotani Miko, 666. Nakano Miku, 666. Curse King, awesome. Broken voice. Curse King, Pluto, tell me the truth, do you carry a book of philosophical quotations with you? How can your words be so meaningful? 0. Curse King, I want to know how to become as good as you. Su Xiao Xiao, Nietzsche, I'll pay you the copyright fee. Daqin Zulong, ha ha ha, Pluto's words are really interesting. He is worthy of being the king who rules a parallel universe. Captain of the 5th Division, interesting. King of Konoha, well, you are really interesting. World Overlord, ha ha ha, I suddenly realized that everyone in the chat group really has special skills. Saint of the Spirit Hall, too profound, so profound that I can't understand it. Saint of the Spirit Hall, this is why I can't become a big boss, the gap in thinking is too big. Nakano Miku, I don't understand, but I'm shocked. Queen Medusa, humph. Daqin Zulong, speaking of which, Pluto, I've always wanted to discuss with you. As emperors, what do you think of ruling? Seeing that Pluto's words are full of philosophical connotations. In the Qin dynasty, Ingjing suddenly had the idea of discussing with Pluto. Pluto, the strong are born to be rulers. Captain of the 5th Division 4.9 Team, oh. Seeing this, Aizen also became a little interested. Universe Overlord Boros, I agree with this. You are indeed the same kind of person as us. Daqin Zulong, ha ha ha, the strong rule the weak. Does Pluto think so too? Daqin Zulong, but now I have been influenced by some modern knowledge, and I have some different views. Pluto, interesting, then what is your ruling philosophy, Ingzheng? Since entering the chat group, Hades also knows Ingzheng's name. Qin Zulong, my ruling philosophy is order, strict order. Qin Zulong, only strict laws and order, which everyone abides by, can make my Qin dynasty last for thousands of years. Chapter 180. When you protect the sheep with love, the wolves will starve to death. Novel image. Hades, order. The so-called order, after all, still needs a strong force to maintain. Hades, it is always the strong who maintain order. This world is ultimately the law of the jungle. Daqin Zulong, that makes sense, but I think that the law of the jungle is limited to the extraordinary world. Daqin Zulong, after all, before I entered the extraordinary world, I used the legalist order to consolidate my means. Daqin Zulong, that being said, I agree with what the big brother Hades said about the law of the jungle. Yotani Miko, the big brother's thoughts are so scary. Can't there be love in this world? Hades, love. When you use love to protect the sheep from the wolf, then for the wolf, this kind of love is equal to destruction, because they will starve to death because of it. This is how the world is. Either the wolf dies or the sheep dies. Either the weak wolf is starved to death, or the weak sheep is bitten to death. Hades, perhaps, this world is too cruel, but it is beautiful because of it. Universe Overlord Boros, 666, Hades, you really have a lot of quotes, but you are right, I agree. Captain of the 5th Division, interesting 01, you are indeed a very interesting person. King of Konoha, that's how it is. I hate love and bond the most, because they are stupid. King of Curses, that's right, when you eat pork, do you consider the feelings of the pigs? King of Curses, in the end, in this world, only those with big fists can speak. World Overlord, haha, that's true. World Overlord, you are really villains. Our ideas are exactly the same. Gods of Destruction White Knight, interesting. In Bai Ye universe, Bai Ye, who was diving, replied casually. Seeing the villains in various worlds discussing their own ideas. Bai Ye thought it was quite interesting. Keisha is AB***ch, damn, why are you diving and peeping at the screen again, husband? Keisha is AB***ch, but since you are here, husband, can you tell me what your philosophy is? Yotani Miko, I want to know. Yotani Miko, +1. Sharona, wow, the philosophy of God. Gods of Destruction Bai Ye, nothing, just doing whatever you want and without taboos. Seeing Liang Bing's inquiry, Ri answered casually. As the supreme gods of destruction of time and space. Bai Ye's thoughts are no longer on the same level as everyone else. Ruling or something. Bai Ye doesn't care at all. He also has no dream of world peace. As the gods of destruction of time and space, Bai Ye only cares about the order of the entire universe. As long as the universe is not destroyed. Who cares about the lives of those ants on the planet? Have you ever seen a giant care about the kingdom of ants? Obviously not. When you have absolutely powerful strength. Everything is false. Only absolutely powerful strength can override everything. Universe Overlord Boros, do whatever you want and have no taboos. You are worthy of being Lord Bai Ye. Your realm of thought is indeed different from ours. Daqin Zulong, Lord Bai Ye's realm is too high. I can't understand it. I still think it's better to conquer the heavens. Overlord of the world, it's a pity that you, Ingzheng, don't become a tyrant. Daqin Zulong, I am the greatest emperor in the history. So, why do you guys always want to be a tyrant? Curse King, because you, Zulong, are too arrogant. Captain of the 5th Division, indeed. King of Konoha Dance, I say Ingzheng, in the chat group, people like you are not allowed to exist, which only adds to the anxiety. Daqin Zulong. In the Qin world, Ingzheng helplessly held his forehead. What else can he say? Queen Medusa, why are you talking so much? Talk about Hashirama. Pluto, I often feel out of tune with you because I'm not perverted enough. Is there anything wrong with being arrogant? If Hashirama and Uchiha Madara really set the Buddha curse king, those who are not of my race must have different hearts. Such a simple truth, don't you understand it, King Neptune? King of Fishman Island, as one of the few decent characters in the group chat, I feel that my thoughts are being led astray by the big guys. Sharona, curiosity +2, I always feel that my presence is so low. Some things about the world of each group member. King of Konoha, just like back then, if that guy Hashirama and I had joined forces to flatten the entire ninja world, wouldn't peace be easy? Where did so many come from? Boros and others know it. For example, some situations of Neptune's Fishman Island in the pirate world. Su Xiao Xiao, indeed, there are more and more people in the chat group now. According to the current speed of attracting new members, it may really develop into a group of hundreds of people in the future. World Overlord, Nantung, where is Nantung? Daqin Zulong, 6. I have been in the group for a long time. Su Xiao Xiao, 6. Captain of the 5th Division, 6. King of Konoha, being soft-hearted is a taboo for the strong. Nakano Miku, curious +1. Martial Spirit Hall Saint, curious. Super beautiful, Aqua, there are so many people in the chat group now, and the group messages must be too much to keep up with. Su Xiao Xiao, Susanoo sets the Buddha, 2 people conquer a country. Lay movie, Shadow's presence is even lower than yours. Su Xiao 343 can't even imagine it. Su Xiao Xiao, oh, I almost forgot that Hashirama was indeed Madara's best friend and the person Madara loved the most, but they parted ways because of their disagreements on the concept of peace. Curse King, that's right, what about coexisting peacefully with humans, it's so funny. The picture is so beautiful. King of Fishman Island, the big guys are right, I'm still too soft-hearted. World Overlord, Neptune, you are too weak. Those who covet your Fishman Island will be killed one by one. When you show your real strength, peace will naturally be delivered to you. Universe Overlord Boros, well, Neptune, I suggest you learn from us. The reason why your Fishman Island is bullied by so many humans is purely because you are too weak. Yotani Miko, I've always heard Madara mention the name Hashirama. By the way, is Hashirama a good friend of Madara? Everyone has some understanding of each other. Universe Overlord Boros, I didn't expect that you, Madara, were actually involved in Nantung back then. Universe Overlord Boros, if you can be tough, who dares to bully your Fishman Island? He just wants to improve too much. Chapter 181 Lei Dianying's private message, sign into the Genshin Impact world. Novel image. King of Fishman Island, +1. Keisha is AB*****ch, ha ha ha, awesome, Madara, I'm impressed by you. Konoha Dance King. Konoha Dance King, get lost, I'm not Nantung. Konoha Dance King, at Universe Overlord Boros, you be *******************, D, I'm going to kill you sooner or later. Universe Overlord Boros, tisk, it's still a million years before you can kill me. Konoha Dance King, humph, I and that idiot Hashirama are not close friends, we are just attracted to each other because of Indra and Ashura. Konoha Dance King, that idiot, during the Warring States period, he and I established Konoha village together. As a result, for the so-called world peace, that idiot actually distributed all 9-tailed beasts to the 5 major ninja villages. Do you dare to believe that this is something a normal person can do? Keisha is AB*****ch, it's against the will of heaven. Su Xiao Xiao, this operation of Hashirama is really too against the will of heaven. Su Xiao Xiao, moreover, Hashirama is afraid of everyone except Madara. Su Xiao Xiao, and Madara was afraid of no one but Hashirama back then. Hades, ha ha ha, interesting. Sharona, we have a sense of couple. Su Xiao Xiao, Sister Sharona, you will only hurt yourself if you support everything. Martial Spirit Hall Saint, Mr. Madara and Hashirama always have a sense of fate. Universe Overlord Boros, at Konoha Dance King, why don't you get married quickly? You can't finish it. Konoha Dance King, at Universe Overlord Boros, you be ************** D. In the Naruto world, Uchiha Madara's face turned green. If he couldn't beat Boros. He really wanted to give this B asterisk 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 D in Izanami. Let him try the feeling of being a woman. Konoha Dance King, I hate fate and bloodline the most. One day, I will kill the Six Paths Sage and the Tree Planting Clan sooner or later. Universe Overlord Boros, haha, come on, I support you. Konoha Dance King, don't be too arrogant. I will kill you, the one-eyed men, sooner or later. Universe Overlord Boros, humph, I never consider those I defeated as my opponents. Su Xiaoxiao, Emperor Huang Tian, what took you so long? You guys should pay me some copyright fees. Konoha Dance King. Spirit Hall Saint, speaking of peace, isn't it only through unification that there will be true peace? Spirit Hall Saint, the ninja world where Mr. Madara is still not unified, so how can there be peace? World Overlord, that's the truth, Uchiha Madara, this point you should learn more from Ingzheng. Konoha Dance King, I am not interested in the so-called peace in the ninja world now. It's too troublesome. Why should I worry about it? If it doesn't work, an infinite moon reading will make those guys all obedient. Su Xiaoxiao, Mr. Madara, I suggest you don't do this kind of thing. Su Xiaoxiao, first, it will release a terrible Kagaya Otsutsuki. Second, all those who are hit by the infinite moon reading will eventually become the nutrients of the sacred tree and eventually become unconscious. White Zetsu. Konoha Dance King, TSK, what does that have to do with me? I'm a villain, not a savior. Su Xiaoxiao, okay. Daqin Zulong, Mr. Madara, if you don't want your ninja world, you can sell it to me. I will definitely make those ninjas and daimyo obedient. Yotani Miko, Wachu, Zulong, you really are always thinking about conquering the world. World Overlord, Ingzheng, you are too crazy. Daqin Zulong, no way, who let me be the eternal as for the Emperor, conquering the heavens and letting the flags of the Qin dynasty fill every corner of the heavens is about to become an obsession of mine. Daqin Zulong, by the way, Master Madara, what do you think? Do you have this idea? Konoha Dance King, let's talk about this later. The current ninja world is still a little useful to me. I will give it to you when it is useless in the future. Daqin Zulong, haha, then it's a deal, Master Madara, don't go back on your word. Konoha Dance King, I still disdain to do such a cheap thing. Qin Sure World. After getting Uchiha Madara's promise, Ingzheng was very excited. Conquering the heavens. He finally took the first step. In Bai Ye universe. Bai Ye was bored. It was rare for him to spend some time in the chat group. Just when he was about to exit the group chat. Ding. Lei Yingying's private message came. Lei Yingying, Master Bai Ye, are you free now? Bai Ye was stunned. After thinking about it, he finally knew the reason why Lei Dianying sent him a private message. He almost forgot. He promised Lei Dianying to revive Lei Dianjun. It's not finished yet. Actually, it's not Bai Ye's fault for forgetting. After all, Bai Ye has never been a person who likes to keep a record. Bai Ye's life motto has always been to do whatever he wants. Do whatever you think of. Gods of Destruction Bai Ye, is it about your sister? Bai Ye replied. Ding sound. Lei Film's private message came again soon. Replied in seconds. Lei Yingying, yes, Lord Yi, are you free to come to Kongshan world now? Lei Yingying, if Lord Bai Ye can revive my sister, Ying will definitely repay Lord Bai Ye. Lei Yingying, no matter what Lord Bai Ye asks, Ying can do it. Original God world, pure land of one heart. After saying this, Lei Yingying's pretty face turned red. She felt that she was too bold. She actually said such ambiguous words to Bai Ye. Lord Bai Ye will definitely think wrongly. Absolutely. If Lord Bai Ye really makes that kind of weird request, should she agree? If it's Lord Bai Ye, it's not impossible. Thinking of this, Lei Yingying immediately made up his mind. The original God world, a pure land. I haven't signed in for some time. Okay. Now Lei Yingying just proposed it. Bai Ye's sighed. Lei Yingying. Lord Bai Ye, please come to the world of Genshin Impact, Ying will definitely entertain you well. With Bai Ye's current strength, the world tree naturally can't do anything to him. Seeing Lei Yingying's private message. After all, Bai Ye is a gods of the universe standing at the top. Destruction. Yeah. Master Bai Ye. But Bai Ye is curious about whether his destruction calendar can destroy the world tree. Of course, the premise is that Lei Dianying will not be angry and want to bite himself to death. Lei Yingying still felt that he had made a big profit. Bai Ye really wants to try it. With the service of Angel Yan and Ling, Bai Ye got dressed and stood up. The next second. And as Bai Ye's voice fell. On the contrary. P.S. I have something to do tomorrow morning, so the update should be late. I will update 3 chapters in the afternoon. To be honest, if it can. Well. Thinking of this, Lei Yingying's pretty face turned red, and then said. She didn't lose out. Bai Ye thought it was quite interesting. Dedicated to Bai Ye. A white light flashed. Bai Ye's figure suddenly appeared in front of her. He became more determined. Let's go to the world of Genshin Impact. Considering the status of both. Speaking of which, the world tree in the world of Genshin Impact is also a multi-level existence. Bai Ye did not hesitate and silently said in his mind. In Lei Dianying's shocked eyes. I don't know how it compares with myself. Group system, go to the original God world. Chapter 182 The Mystery of Death in the Previous Life, the system girl is online. Genshin Impact World. Master Bai Ye. You are here. Lei Dianying, who was in an emo daze, was overjoyed to see Bai Ye appear. Well, before that, I'll leave for a while. Bai Ye was not in a hurry to reminisce with Lei Dianying. He said lightly. Then. Buzz. Instant transmission started. The next moment, Bai Ye came to the sea of trees in the world of Genshin Impact World. Unlike other worlds. In the world of Genshin Impact, there is no concept of the universe void. All the planets and continents, even the so-called universe, are concentrated in the sea of trees of the world tree. Therefore, the sea of trees is the universe. The universe is the sea of trees. In fact, there is no difference between the two. It's just a change of concept. At this moment, above the sea of trees, Bai Ye's body is suspended, above it. His ice-gold eyes, his eyes are calm. Quietly looking at this vast sea of trees that looks like the universe. Just standing here. Bai Ye felt a sense of pressure and peeping. There is a supreme will peeping at him. It wants to see what Bai Ye wants to do. Of course. It is just peeping. It has no intention of taking action. After all, it itself is not sure whether it is Bai Ye's opponent. Interesting, is it the law of nature? Or the will of the world tree? Bai Ye raised the corner of his mouth and smiled faintly. Just peeping, not daring to take action. It seems that my existence makes you feel afraid. Bai Ye said to himself. For the peeping of this will, but not choosing to take action. Bai Ye can still understand 103. After all, it can't do anything to itself. Whether it is the supreme law of nature, or the will of the world tree, they are just a higher level of existence. And Bai Ye's life level, obviously higher than them. So, they were wary. Of course. Fear is fear. No matter what the latter thinks. Bai Ye still has to do his job. He will not stop selling planets because of the prying eyes of these beings. Tongzi, go to the world of Genshin. Bai Ye said in his heart. As soon as the words fell. Buzz. The sound of the small system came soon. Ding. Sign in successfully. Congratulations to the master for his great fortune explosion, successfully obtained the sign-in reward, infinite power. Infinite power, conceptual ability, can be unlimited, unlimitedly stronger. Infinite power? Unlimited strength. Seeing this sign-in reward, Ryu was stunned. Then he was happy. Unlimited strength. Doesn't that mean? Will there be no bottleneck or upper limit to my strength in the future? This ability is good. As long as it is a conceptual ability, it is undoubtedly very abnormal. I think, after obtaining this ability, it is only a matter of time to reach a level beyond Xeno. Bai Ye said to himself. Tongzi, is this infinite power the power of rules? Bai Ye asked. The reason why he asked this question. Because the infinite power is not reflected at all in the Dragon Ball world. Just like the illusion immunity that Bai Ye signed in at that time. Ding. Dear Master, infinite power is just a conceptual ability, not a power of rules. The voice of the small system came soon. Isn't it the power of rules? I see. I understand. Bai Ye understood and nodded lightly. However, thinking of the voice of the small system just now, Bai Ye couldn't help but be a little surprised. Tongzi, why did you become a queen again? Where is your delicate lowly voice back then? Bai Ye asked curiously. Compared to the queen voice of the small system, Bai Ye still thinks the original Meng Liyin is better. After all, I'm used to it. Speaking of which, this small system hasn't chatted with me for a long time. Could it be evolving? Thinking of this, Ri couldn't help but be curious. And just as this thought came to his mind, the queen voice of the small system came to Bai Ye's mind again. Master, the system energy of this system is now full and about to overflow. Of course, it's the queen voice. Speaking of which, this is also thanks to your help, because you have signed into the world of the heavens many times, this system is now completely resurrected. Bai Ye heard this and was about to speak. But the voice of the small system sounded again. Master, this system can now transform, do you want to see it? The queen voice of the small system said. Bai Ye. Hearing this, Bai Ye was stunned. Transformation. The system can also transform. Tongzi, are you the legendary system girl? Bai Ye was happy. He suddenly became interested. To be honest, he has never seen the legendary system girl. Now he has the opportunity to see it. Bai Ye will not let it go. Tongzi, transform. Bai Ye said quickly. Ding. Yes, Master. Transforming. Absorbing the Master's XP, silver hair and red eyes. Reading the Master's aesthetics, long-haired queen, no, there is also a legal lowly. Reading the Master's hobbies, identified as black stockings and high heels. Reading. Easy. Hearing the prompt sound of the small system, Bai Ye was speechless. He always felt that this small system read all his secrets. All his secrets, including XP. There is nothing to hide in front of the small system. But this is normal. After all, when he traveled through time, it was this small system that traveled through time with him. There was nothing about his secrets that the small system didn't know. Bai Ye thought it didn't matter. After all, before he had the system, he was just an ordinary orphan. Apart from being handsome enough to be a male model, there was nothing else. So Bai Ye didn't care about the small system reading his secrets. He didn't have any secrets to hide. The small system and he were originally one. Speaking of this, Bai Ye couldn't help but think of the incident in his previous life when he was killed by the Great Fortune Immortal Venerable. It was a bit strange to say. He was driving at a green light at that time. The Great Fortune Immortal Venerable seemed to have lost his mind and insisted on crashing into him. Then Bai Ye died so gorgeously. In fact, Bai Ye had no objection to traveling through time. Anyway, he was just an orphan in his previous life. The only thing that made Bai Ye feel a little sorry was the girl who bravely confessed to him when he graduated from high school. Thinking about it now, Ri felt that he was quite stupid at that time. In front of so many people, she didn't despise her orphan status. She bravely confessed to him. And he didn't agree. So stupid. Bai Ye didn't know what he was thinking at that time. Anyway, he didn't agree. And the girl was pretty. But after that incident, Bai Ye never met her again. Because Bai Ye was killed by Walili. That guy. Thinking back to the past, Bai Ye couldn't help but have a lot of thoughts. Could my death be related to that confession? Bai Ye frowned slightly. He remembered the girl who confessed to him before. She was the school beauty in high school. She had many suitors. Among them were some crazy second generations. The legendary system girl is really online. Forget it, let's talk about this later. The more he thinks about it now, the more Bai Ye feels that his death in his previous life is not accidental. But because of my handsome appearance. That's why he rejected her. It can only be said to be purely accidental. Bai Ye was a pure lover in his previous life. Bai Ye muttered to himself. A dazzling white light flashed. Instead of appearing in Bai Ye's mind. Bai Ye will not tolerate those guys. A beautiful and cold-looking lady. Yes, she appeared directly in front of Bai Ye, that is, the Minister of Reality. I could only be a nobody. Seeking flowers, monthly tickets, and subscriptions. You may not believe it. I was inevitably attracted by many people and was targeted. But it is different now. If there is a chance, no one who deserves to die will escape. Slowly appeared in front of Bai Ye. I was bullied. While Bai Ye was thinking in his heart. If I have the opportunity to travel back to Earth, I must investigate it carefully. Bai Ye said in his heart. I can't die in vain. In the previous life, I was just an orphan. If a charlatan from the previous life comes to the chat group, I can do something. In the previous life. I miss her very much. I don't know how that girl is doing now. As for why Bai Ye has become so philanthropic and uninhibited now. P.S. I'm back, and I'll update 3 chapters first. Buzz. A ding sound. I had no power and no money. In Bai Ye's surprised eyes. White hair and red eyes. A tall and curvy lady in black stockings and high heels. Chapter 183 The 3-No System Goddess She, The Trembling Heavenly Law. Novel image. Master. The cold and beautiful lady with white hair and red eyes clearly had a 3-No expression. But she made a sweet voice. This expressionless but very seductive look. It can really fascinate people. You look like this. Are you really my son? Bai Ye looked at the white-haired lady in front of him, and his mouth twitched. I have to say. The small system reads his XP too well. The system girl in front of him perfectly matches his XP and aesthetics. Especially the expressionless dead fish eyes. It made Bai Ye's heart beat a little. Of course, it was just a beat. To show respect. After all, the current Bai Ye is no longer the pure love battle array of the past. Not to mention that he has experienced thousands of battles. It is estimated that he has fought thousands of battles. A mere white-haired, red-eyed lady with black silk stockings. It is not enough to make Bai Ye lose his composure. Master, what are you talking about? The current appearance of this system is completely in accordance with your ideas. The white-haired lady said expressionlessly. She is completely a 3-No lady. Moreover, this system also knows that you like this form. The white-haired lady finished speaking. The light moved. Flashing for a moment. A 3-No loli with white hair, red eyes, and a gothic skirt. Suddenly appeared in front of Bai Ye. How is it? Master, do you like it? Is it particularly suitable for your XP? The gothic loli said expressionlessly. Bai Ye's mouth twitched. Together with Lord Bai Ye. Damn, Ing is so cunning, she told me before that she didn't like Lord Bai Ye. Yotani Miko said a lot of things. As she spoke, she looked at Bai Ye with a burning gaze. She obviously had a great interest in Bai Ye. After all, she had learned many legends about Bai Ye from Lei Dianying before. Among them, selling planets was just one of Bai Ye's legendary deeds. No, no. Son of God, what are you talking about? What about getting together with Lord Bai Ye? Hearing such explicit words from Yotani Miko, Lei Dianying's face turned red. She hurriedly explained. Son of God, Bai Ye Tianren came here to save his sister. Oh. Hearing this, Yotani Miko immediately drew a long tone. Then Ing means that she doesn't like Lord Bai Ye. Ing is with Lord Bai Ye to save her sister. Yaji Shensi said jokingly, her beautiful eyes full of cunning light. She was obviously teasing Lei Dianying. And Lei Dianying was really fooled. She got up from Bai Ye and explained anxiously. No, no, Ing is not because of this reason. Ing really likes Lord Bai Ye. After Lei Dianying finished speaking, he looked at Bai Ye worriedly, fearing that Bai Ye would think too much. Oh. So Ing really likes Lord Bai Ye. Yaji Shensi looked at Bai Ye with a smile. Said cunningly, Lord Bai Ye, did you hear that? Ing really likes you purely, not because of my sister. Lord Bai Ye must treat Ing well and don't let Ing down. Hearing this, Lei Dianying was instantly confused. At this moment, she hadn't reacted yet. She was being tricked by the Son of God. Son of God. You are so hateful. Lei Dianying snorted coldly, looking at Ye Dianying angrily. Don't worry, Ing, don't be angry. Ye Dianying waved her hand with a smile. To be honest, she still prefers Lei Dianying's current appearance. Although Lei Dianying was good before. But he was too cold and aloof. How could he be so humane as he is now? It seems that women who fall in love are indeed different. Speaking of which, should I write the story of Ing and Lord Bai Ye into a book? It seems that a book about chat groups has never appeared in the continent of Teyvat. Does this count as creating a new writing theme? But copyright is a problem. It doesn't matter, I can solve it with money when the time comes. Ye Dianying was thinking wildly. After all, in addition to the identity of the Great Priestess, Ye Dianying also has the identity of Editor-in-Chief. No wonder she thought so. You know, writers are very sensitive to themes and story inspiration. Okay, instead of reminiscing here, let's save your sister first. Bai Ye said lightly. Well, then Lord Bai Ye, I'll trouble you with my sister's matter. Lei Ying said excitedly. Ye Shensi, who was standing aside, heard the conversation between the two. A little confused. Ah. Ing, what are O and Lord Bai Ye talking about? Is it about the real thing? Ye Shensi asked doubtfully. Yes, Son of God, Lord Bai Ye wants to rescue my sister from the long river of time and space. Lei Ying explained excitedly. Hearing this, Ye Shensi. Wow. Rescue people from the long river of time and space. Can Lord Bai Ye do such a thing? Isn't this too incredible? Ye Shensi was shocked. Even as a great priestess, she heard of such a thing for the first time. Rescue people from the long river of time and space. This kind of thing, just thinking about it, feels very terrifying. Wouldn't the law of nature prevent such a thing? You know, in the original world of God, even immortality is difficult to achieve. Because there will be wear and tear. And wear and tear is the rule set by the law of nature. In the original world of God, the law of nature is supreme. I believe in Lord Bai Ye. Lei Ying said firmly. Lord Bai Ye can definitely do it, and before that, Lord Ri has already traveled through the long river of time and space. Wow. Ye Shensi made a surprised sound. Her beautiful eyes looking at Bai Ye became even more fiery. Let's start. Bai Ye was a little bored. I think it's better to end it quickly. Of course, it's definitely not for the so-called sisters. Okay, Lord Bai Ye, let's start a group live broadcast. Lei Dianying opened the group live broadcast casually. She felt that this kind of thing. It's necessary to let the group members see it. Ding. Group member Lei Dianying opened the group live broadcast. With the prompt sound of the group system. Soon. Everyone in the chat group entered Lei Dianying's live broadcast room. This is really too scary. A long river of time and space. The original God world. Keisha is AB******CH, F***** K-me. What's going on? Why did you go to the world of Genshin Impact, husband? Pluto, traveling through time and space. What the hell? All just joined the group not long ago. Among them, there was a war that took place in Kenria 500 years ago. And all the group members who were watching the live broadcast. Lei movie, because Lord Bai Ye wants to helping rescue her sister from the long river of time and space. In an instant. Great Daqin Zulong, where is this? The world of Genshin Impact where missing is. Sharona, Lord Bai Ye is really too scary. And soon. Pluto. Sharona. Bai Ye fell there was no hesitation. On the long river of time and space, there were stories that happened in various time periods in the original world of God. Queen Medusa, has that man's power reached this point? Queen Medusa. So, after learning that Bai Ye was going to rescue people from the long river of time and space. After Lei movie opened the group live broadcast. World Overlord, ha ha ha, Lord Bai Ye must have traveled to the world of Genshin Impact to sell planets. Universe Overlord Boros, the long river of time and space. Lord Bai Ye is going to travel through time and space again. They were standing on the bank of the river of time and space. Sister. The scene in front of them all changed dramatically. Pluto, Queen Medusa, and Sharona. Bai Ye, Lei Yingying, Ye Shensi. The powerful, terrifying and sacred power of time and space, and the power of miracles were activated together. On the long river of time and space, there was the figure of Lei Dianjun. Great Daqin Zulong, missing is actually live streaming. My Dance King, Lord Bai Ye is here too. Bai Ye, Lei Yingying, and Ye Shensi suddenly appeared in front of everyone. The three were extremely shocked. Chapter 186 The confused Lei Dianjun rescues people from the long river of time and space. Novel image. It's my sister. Seeing Lei Dianjun on the long river of time and space, even Lei Dianying couldn't help but get excited at this moment. Wow. Lord Bai Ye really traveled through the long river of time and space. And this clip is actually 500 years ago. The eightfold god son, who was holding Bai Ye's arm, couldn't help but exclaimed. Because of traveling through time and space, in order to avoid being involved in the history of time and space. At this time, the eightfold god son and Lei Dianying, one on the left and one on the right, hugged Bai Ye's arms. Both of them had big thunderballs. It gave Bai Ye a good touch. Especially the eightfold god son, who made Bai Ye feel a greasy fragrance. Lord Bai Ye, it's here. Sister is here. Lei Dianying said excitedly. Bai Ye heard the words and saw Lei Dianjun on the long river of time and space, and nodded. Then his mind moved, and he swallowed. In an instant, the three of them instantly landed on the long river of time and space. 500 years ago, I came to Teyvat. 500 years ago. Kanria. At this time, the world of the original gods was in the stage of confrontation between technology and martial arts. The fierce war swept the whole world. In this terrible war, even the demons were not spared. Chat group live broadcast. Everyone who was watching all this. At this time, they were also shocked. Daqin Zulong, is this the original god world 500 years ago? Daqin Zulong, I didn't expect that such a tragic war would happen in this world. It's a bit unexpected. Konoha Dance King, Ingzheng, what you said, no matter what world it is, as long as there are humans, as long as there are conflicts of interest, war is inevitable. Konoha Dance King, otherwise, why do you think I wanted to use the infinite moon reading back then? It was for the peace of the ninja world. World Overlord, Banara, don't talk about your infinite moon reading. Miss Su Xiaoxiao said that the infinite moon reading you wanted to achieve back then was just a complete scam. Konoha Dance King, so I killed the B****************** D Black Zetsu. Universe Overlord Boros, you are right, that is, where there are humans, there will be war. Captain of the 5th Division, not only humans, but all intelligent creatures are like this. Hyrona, alas, war is inevitable. Even in the Pokemon world where I live, such a dreamy and beautiful place, there is war, not to mention other worlds. Pluto, war is a dirty game, and I am a dirty player. Su Xiaoxiao. Su Xiaoxiao, 6. Yotani Miko, frog fun, Pluto's quotes are here again. Nakano Miku, Pluto, you are really a great philosopher. Curse King, Pluto 666. My brother, I admire you. I wish I could be as good as you. Su Xiaoxiao, King Tiger, I'll pay you the copyright fee. King of Fishman Island, Pluto boss always says some meaningful quotes from time to time, which is obviously different from our style. Queen Medusa, playing tricks. Queen Medusa, in this world, only absolutely powerful strength can override everything. This is the life creed that this king follows. Keisha is AB*****ch, ha ha ha, little beauty, I agree with you. Keisha is AB*****ch, but we women are different. After all, we can still rely on a strong man. Queen Medusa, Medusa naturally knew what Keisha was hinting at. However, she is not some crazy girl. It is not so easy for that man to conquer her. She, Queen Medusa, will not be conquered so easily. The saint of the spirit hall, by the way, the sister who looks a bit like sistering should be Dian Zhen, right? Daqin Zulong, it should be, she should be the one that Lord Bai Ye wants to save. Daqin Zulong, I don't know what method Lord Bai Ye will use to save her. Will he directly rescue her from the long river of time and space? World Overlord, according to Lord Bai Ye's character, maybe he will directly solve all the threatening things. After all, it is not the first time that Lord Bai Ye has done this. Konoha Dance King, indeed, the history of the super god universe was changed in this way at that time. Universe Overlord Boros, why say so much, just do it. Original God World, Kenria. Raiden stood on the scorched earth of the ruins. The beautiful face that was similar to Lei Yen was a little tired. She had experienced so many tragic wars. Even as a demon god, she felt deeply tired at this moment. She felt exhausted. War. When will this war end? I don't know how Ing is doing. As long as Ing is fine, everything is worth it. Raiden muttered to herself. In this war, she has found the source of everything. It was caused by the corruption of the alchemist Raindort, who was called Gold. That guy, for his own purpose, gave birth to a large number of dark monsters. The dark disaster swept across the entire Teyvat continent. For peace, and to win the war of disaster. Raiden went to Kenria alone to participate in the crusade without telling her sister Lei Ying. Here. Raiden no longer knows how many days and months she has fought. The disaster and monsters did not disappear because of this, but increased in number. As a demon god, Raiden had already anticipated some bad things at this time, Nwoji Zhao. She was afraid that she would be buried in the war of demons. Death is really hard to deal with. But for Ing and Inazuma, it's all worth it. Raiden murmured, her beautiful eyes deep. She had already vaguely sensed her future. But she chose to face it calmly. After all, the war is not over yet. She can't retreat before she gets real peace. Even in the face of death. Just as Raiden was thinking. In the sky suddenly darkened. I saw a sacred and vast silver-white power suddenly attacking Raiden. Wrapped him up. Covered his body and pulled him out of this time and space. Raiden. What the hell is this? What the hell? Chapter 187 Severely Punish the Eightfold Son of God. Novel image. Who are you? Who are you? Who is controlling me in secret? Wrapped in this silver-white power, Lei Dianjin couldn't resist at all. As the thunder god, she felt this deep sense of powerlessness for the first time. This palpitation. It was like an ant looking up at the starry sky. Who are you? Lei Dianjin shouted angrily. Just a gods of destruction who is interested in it. A lazy voice seemed to come from the end of time and space. What? Gods of destruction. What kind of demon is gods of destruction? Lei Dianjin was shocked and was about to resist. But at this time another voice came. Sister. This is Lord Bai Ye saving you, don't resist. Hearing this voice, Lei Dianjin was completely confused. Shadow. Lei Dianjin completely lost the ability to resist. Wrapped in the silver-white power, he completely disappeared in this time and space. And at the moment when Lei Dianjin disappeared, Zhongli suddenly flew over from a distance. He stood on the ruins, looking at the sky that had merged above. He touched his chin with his hand, feeling extremely surprised. The thunder god disappeared. Gods of destruction, a name I have never heard of, who is he? The terrifying power just now was tainted with the breath of time and space, is it an unknown demon god? 787 Zhongli thought, but soon shook his head. No. No, the demon god absolutely cannot have this level of power. Could it be the law of nature? Zhongli guessed a lot in his mind, but in the end he did not come up with a definite answer in his heart. Alas, the thunder god has fallen. The long river of time and space. With a humming sound. The silver-white sacred light dissipated. Lei Dianjin finally saw the person in front of him clearly. An extremely handsome and evil man. Standing on the other side of the long river of time and space, looking at himself with playful eyes. On the left and right sides of the men were two women with beautiful faces. Even though the appearance of Lei Yingying and Ye Shensi has changed a little over the past 500 years. But the first time he saw the two of them, Lei Dianjun still recognized Lei Yingying and Ye Shensi. Ing. And Shensi. Why are you here? What is going on? Lei Dianjun was amazed. It was the first time she had seen such a thing. At this moment, she was wrapped in a silver-white force above the long river of time and space. Although Lei Dianjun didn't know what the river below her was. But her intuition told her. She came out of this mysterious long river below. Sister. You are really saved. Lei Yingying could not care about anything else, and there was only joy in his heart. And Ye Shensi, who witnessed all this, couldn't help but be surprised again and again with his beautiful eyes. Wow. It's incredible. Sister Zhen was actually saved. She was fished out of the long river of time and space by Lord Bai Ye. Ye Shensi almost jumped up with excitement. She hugged Bai Ye's arm tightly, allowing Bai Ye to feel her touch more clearly. But the former was in high spirits. Obviously, he didn't notice these. The long river of time and space. I was fished out of the long river of time and space by you. The river under my feet is actually the river of time and space. Lei Dianjun was shocked. Her beautiful eyes looked at the man next to her sister. What's going on? Are you the gods of destruction just now? Lei Dianjun asked. Yes. Bai Ye smiled faintly and nodded. While Lei Dianjun was looking at him, Bai Ye was also looking at the former. Lei Dianjun's face was somewhat similar to Lei Dianying's. She had a dark purple gradient knee-length hair, and the color became lighter as it approached the end. She tied it into a braid with a pink sash rope and hung it behind her. There was a folding fan decoration on the right side of her head. She was wearing a white and purple kimono, and the furusode was embroidered with patterns with Bael's personal characteristics. The kimono was fixed by a red belt and the hem ended at the thigh. Lei Dianjun's dress was very beautiful. But because of the war. At this time, her clothes were stained with a lot of blood and dust. My name is Bai Ye. Bai Ye retracted his gaze and said lightly. Bai Ye. After learning Bai Ye's name, Lei Dianjun was stunned. She quickly searched the memory in her mind. She found that there had never been a demon god named Bai Ye. Moreover, she had never seen Bai Ye's appearance. If she had seen Bai Ye before, then she would never forget it. After all, Bai Ye's appearance, as long as you have seen it once, it will definitely be engraved in your mind. According to your sister's request, I came to the long river of time and space to save you. I originally wanted to change the history of your world in the original time and space, but I was afraid that it would collapse accidentally, and it would be too troublesome. So I thought about it and gave up. Bai Ye answered lazily. Lei Dianjun was confused when he heard it. But soon, with the surge of the miracle power on Bai Ye's palm, a large amount of memories poured into her mind. Lei Dianjun knew everything instantly. So that's it, I know, Lord Bai Ye, thank you very much. Lei Dianjun bowed slightly and said thankfully. Under Bai Ye's miracle power, she already knew everything, including the existence of the chat group, and also including Lei Dianjun begging day and night to travel through time and space to save her. I never thought that my willful death would make Ing live in regret. Ing, I'm sorry, it's my sister's fault. Lei Dianjun flew over, held Lei Dianying's hand, and said apologetically. It's okay, sister, as long as you come back successfully. Lei Dianjun was extremely excited and hugged Lei Dianjun. Ing, I'm sorry. Lei Dianjun was in a complicated mood and could only pat Lei Dianying's back gently, comforting the latter. Bai Ye looked at this scene of the deep sisterly love between the two indifferently. His expression was a little strange. Look at Lei Dianying's attitude towards Lei Dianjun. Bai Ye thought that Lei Dianying might have some sister control attributes, right? Thinking of this, Bai Ye's eyes looking at Lei Dianying suddenly became a little weird. It always feels a little more exciting. Well, Bai Ye's thoughts are a bit BT. Lord Bai Ye seems to be thinking about some weird things. Yotani Miko, who was standing next to Bai Ye, saw Bai Ye's strange eyes and said charmingly. Well, let me guess, Lord Bai Ye doesn't want to catch Ying and Zhen in one fell swoop. Well, what a domineering idea. However, with Ying's attitude towards Lord Bai Ye, as long as Lord Bai Ye works harder, it doesn't feel impossible after all. Lord Yi and Zhen are both Ying's favorites. Yotani Miko said charmingly. She is a real vixen. Bai Ye turned his head and glanced at her, and found it interesting. He thought this guy was quite bold. Compared to Raiden Zhen, I am more interested in you now. Bai Ye said jokingly. The voice fell. Bai Ye hugged the latter's delicate body. Then in her unbelievable eyes. Lower your head and bend over. Harsh punishment. Master Bai Ye. Chapter 188 The Eightfold God-Child was kissed unconscious. Novel image. Yotani Miko widened her beautiful eyes, her pretty face full of disbelief. She tried to break free from Bai Ye's restraints. But she couldn't resist. Bai Ye's strength was really too great. And, for some reason, in Bai Ye's arms, she seemed to be going limp. She was dazed. Her beautiful eyes were full of watery light. To describe it in one sentence, Yotani Miko was about to faint from Bai Ye's kiss. Lord Bai Ye is. Lei Dianjin, who was reminiscing with Lei Yingying, stopped staring at this. She covered her mouth with her hands, her eyes full of surprise and shyness. Although she has lived for many years as a demon god, it was the first time for her to see such a bold behavior. Lord Bai Ye is really too bold. In broad daylight. Besides, didn't Ying say that Lord Bai Ye was her boyfriend? What's going on? My boyfriend is like this. Ying, you should say something. Be more motivated. Lei Dian really hated him for not striving, and looked at Lei Dianying with a strange look. Little did he know that Lei Dianying was also a little confused at this time. He felt that he was being bullied by his beloved and good friend. Tate. Lei Dianying shook his head and murmured. She liked Bai Ye and Ye Shensi. It was such a happy thing for the three of them to be together. But why did she feel a little uncomfortable? She always felt that she should be under the car. Ying, tell me the truth, you and Lord Bai Ye. Are you a what kind of relationship? Raiden saw that Bai Ye and Ye Shensi had entered the state. It was as if the two sisters did not exist. He couldn't help feeling a little angry. Although Bai Ye's strength and status were indeed terrifying. But he couldn't ignore Ying's feelings, right? It was really abominable. Raiden had a little resentment towards Bai Ye. Ying is probably one of Bai Ye's concubines. Raiden lowered his head and said shyly. What? Raiden was shocked. Looking at his sister in disbelief. Ying, how can you do this? Your relationship is not normal. Besides, Ying, is this still you? Lei Dianzhen rubbed her temples with a headache. Ying's current appearance. She felt a little strange. Is this still her proud sister? How did she become a love-brained person completely? One of the concubines. Isn't this relationship too humble? Sister, it's not Lord Bai Ye's fault. I am willing to do everything. Lei Dianzhen said with his head down. Ying promised Lord Bai Ye that as long as he could save you, Ying would do anything. Hearing this, Lei Dianzhen was very helpless. She always felt that the reason why Lei Dianying became like this was entirely her own fault. It was her willful death. It led to the neglect of Lei Dianying. It's up to you, as long as you are happy. Lei Dianzhen finally shook his head helplessly and sighed. Things have come to this. What else can she say? I often feel out of tune with you because I am not perverted enough. Forget it. As long as Ying is happy. Anyway, the strength of Lord Bai Ye is so strong. I won't treat Ying badly. So, when will they end? Lei Dianjin looked at Bai Ye and Ye Shenzi, who were still kissing each other, and couldn't help but hold his forehead, with an extremely strange expression. Ah. Lei Dianjin was a little embarrassed. Because she didn't know when it would end. After all, Lord Bai Ye always did what he wanted. I'm afraid only Lord Bai Ye felt bored. Will he let Shenzi go? By the way, if Lord Bai Ye forced it, it would be fine. Shenzi, why are you enjoying it so much that you narrowed your eyes? Kissing, is it really that comfortable? And, Shenzi, have you been plotting against Lord Bai Ye for a long time? Why did you take the initiative? You are even more proactive than Lord Bai Ye. Lei Dianjin stared at all this blankly. I don't know what it feels like in my heart. This feeling of being bullied by my own friend. It's really too uncomfortable. Shenzi, you are a nymphomaniac. Lei Dianjin gritted his teeth, feeling very complicated in his heart. After a long time, Raiden Zhen and Lei Dianying watched quietly for more than 10 minutes. Finally, Raiden Zhen, who couldn't bear it any longer, finally spoke weakly and interrupted the two. Master Bai Ye, shouldn't we be here? 0.1. Are Ying and I disturbing Master Bai Ye's interest here? Raiden Zhen said with great resentment. Hearing this, Ye Shenzi, who was fainted by Bai Ye's kiss, finally woke up. He quickly got up from Bai Ye's arms and wiped his mouth. When he saw that Raiden Zhen and Lei Dianying were looking at him with an extremely strange look, Ye Shenzi's beautiful face suddenly turned red. He almost found a hole to crawl into. It was so embarrassing. Being kissed by Master Bai Ye. It's okay. I am still so devoted. It's over, my character is broken. It's completely socially dead. Wow, it's all Lord Bai Ye's fault, I lost face in front of Ying. Ye Shenzi's face was red, and he lowered his head, not daring to look at Raiden Zhen and Lei Dianying. As for the real Bai Ye, he wiped his mouth and didn't care. He looked at Raiden Zhen and Lei Dianying and smiled. You didn't disturb my elegance. It's better to say that you came at the right time. Bai Ye said lightly. Raiden Zhen. Lei Dianying. Ye Shenzi, QAQ. Lord Bai Ye plays so perverted. Woo woo woo, she likes it. Maru La has completely turned into the shape of Lord Bai Ye. By the way, Ying, you didn't open the group live broadcast just now, right? Ye Shenzi suddenly thought of the group live broadcast. She knew that the chat group where Lei Dianying was had the group live broadcast function. Being kissed by Lord Bai Ye like this. It doesn't matter if Zhen and Ying saw it. But she didn't want to live broadcast in front of so many people in the chat group. Ying, you should have turned off the live broadcast just now, right? Shouldn't you? Ye Shenzi looked at Lei Dianying expectantly. Lei Dianying. Lei Dianying was speechless, she really couldn't stand her best friend. But she still said helplessly. Don't worry, I had already turned off the group live broadcast before you kissed Lord Bai Ye. Shenzi, you were not live broadcast on the spot. After getting the answer she wanted, Ye Shinko was immediately happy. Hee hee, that's good. I don't want other men to see my snake head. 11. Raiden Shin and Lei Yingying were completely helpless with Ye Shinko. Plus or minus. Chapter 189. The villains team up to go to the Naruto world. Novel image. Chat group. Daqin Zulong, the strange river just now is the long river of time and space. Daqin Zulong, I didn't expect the long river of time and space to be like this. I am really eye-opening. Universe Overlord Boros, the long river of time and space, what is this? Universe Overlord Boros, at Su Xiaoxiao, come out and explain. Su Xiaoxiao, guys, you really think I am an omniscient and omnipotent immortal? Su Xiaoxiao, I can't explain the long river of time and space. I feel that Lord Bai Ye knows more. Universe Overlord Boros, do you think I dare to ask Lord Bai Ye? Universe Overlord Boros, if I dare to ask Lord Bai Ye, why would I ask you, a charlatan? Su Xiaoxiao, 6. World Overlord, ha ha ha, Boros, you guys should stop bullying the little girl. Yotani Miko, the little lady's black history, the old, 127, was dug out and whipped. King of Fishman Island, ha ha ha. Pluto, dark history. What dark history? Yotani Miko, it's about the young lady pretending to be the all-knowing and all-powerful Sudaxian when she first entered the chat group. Queen Medusa, Sudaxian. Isn't that a charlatan? Sharona, ha ha ha, I didn't expect that Miss Su Xiaoxiao actually had such a dark history. Su Xiaoxiao, speechless.jpg. Halu, I see, but this is normal. After all, as an ordinary person, if you get such a golden finger, you must always seek benefits for yourself. Curse King, that's right, but where are your quotations today, Big Boss Hades? Curse King, have you run out of philosophical quotations? Halu, if you didn't tell me, I would have almost forgotten it. Halu, when I reached a high place, I found that I was always alone. No one talked to me. The lonely winter made me shiver. What exactly do I want to do at a high place? Curse King, Big Boss Hades 666. Today is another brand new quotation. I admire you more and more. Universe Overlord Boros, this quotation is good. It can be used to show off. It's a cold country. Captain of the 5th Division, ? World Overlord, Korea. What does that mean? Universe Overlord Boros, it means stealing. I learned that from Su Xiaoxiao, although I don't know what it means. Martial Spirit Hall Saint, awesome, the big guys are talking more and more meaningful. Martial Spirit Hall Saint, speaking of which, how did Han country get associated with stealing? Nakano Miku, I know this, because the modern Han country always steals the culture and history of Xia country, even its ancestors. Daqin Zulong, how can this be possible? I will let those idiots go to Heizhou to mine. Su Xiaoxiao, Zulong is awesome. Yotani Miko, haha, the Han people are so miserable. They are probably stupid. King of Fishman Island, by the way, weren't you guys discussing the power of time and space just now? Why are you off topic again? Queen Medusa, what is the power of time and space? King of Konoha, well, the so-called long river of time and space must be the manifestation of the power of time and space. King of Konoha, as long as you have the power of time and space, you can travel through time and space. That should be it. King of Konoha, the ninja world you are in, it seems that the dragon vein can also travel through time and space. Su Xiaoxiao, yes, Master Madara, there is indeed a dragon vein in the sand village in the Naruto world. In the movie, Naruto used the dragon vein to travel back to decades ago. Su Xiaoxiao, speaking of which, since the dragon vein has a certain power of time and space, it should be quite valuable. Madara, you can sell it 10 times. My Dance King, good idea, I will go to the sand village now. Captain of the 5th Division, interesting, I am quite interested in that dragon vein, at my Dance King, are you still missing people to form a team? Add me. Universe Overlord Boros, I am also interested in the power of time and space, Madara, open the channel to your world for me. World Overlord, are you guys going to form a team to go to the ninja world? I like this kind of lively thing the most, add me too. Konoha Dance King, you guys, are you trying to covet the ninja world and dragon veins of the country master? Universe Overlord Boros, ahem, how is it possible, am I that kind of person? Universe Overlord Boros, it's just a dragon vein, how much can it be worth? Captain of the 5th Division, I'm not interested in your ninja world, I just want to comprehend the power of time and space. World Overlord, Ban, don't you still believe in my character? World Overlord, villains don't lie to villains, I promise you that I will never rob your dragon veins, and I can help you supervise Boros and prevent him from doing whatever he wants in your ninja world. Xiongba's current strength has reached the explosive star level. Similar to Boros. Although there was a period of time before when his development speed was faster than Boros. Even because Bai Ye killed the god of creation Nuwa alone and won tens of millions of points, his strength once surpassed Boros. But the status of the world where Boros is located is much higher than that of Fenyun world. Boros has not been to the earth in the One Punch world so far. Seeing Boros say this. So, in order to avoid being beaten to death, Grandpa Madara thought about it carefully. It just so happens that I don't know how to cross the Naruto universe to deal with the Otsutsuki family. The spaceship of Boros, the Universe Overlord, can be used. Konoha Dance King. Universe Overlord Boros, okay, that's not a problem. Universe Overlord Boros, I'm tired of staying in this universe, I really want to go to other worlds, I promised Lord Bai, isn't it okay? It took a month. I have to say, these villains in the group. Although this one-eyed alien is unreliable. Uchiha Madara's forehead was full of black lines. Even if Uchiha Madara didn't say it, he would bring his universe spaceship. Universe Overlord Boros, speaking of which, I helped Madara find treasure, and he has to thank me. Universe Overlord Boros, hey, Xiongba, you are boring like this. Finally, he was relieved and agreed to Boros' request. He reached the same level as Xiongba. Because he was really tired of staying in the one-punch world. Although he really wanted to go to Earth to duel with that damn bald guy. Konoha Dance King, Boros, you have been blacklisted by me, don't even think about it. Let's go to Madara's Naruto world first. Konoha 4.3 Dance King, Boros, you can come, but you have to bring your universe spaceship. Hearing Boros's shameless words. But his strength is still terrifying. Universe Overlord Boros, I'm just kidding, Madara, don't be so stingy. Boros readily agreed. Konoha Dance King, you are really plotting against my Naruto world. That is, even if he now has the strength of a Starburst level. He is not the opponent of that damn bald guy. Since hanging out with Bai Ye for a long time, they have become more and more like fun people. Universe Overlord Boros, what does it mean to supervise me? My character, don't you know? I just went to that guy's ninja world to see if there are any good things. B. See if there is any fun. His strength was quickly improved. But Boros always had a premonition. Chapter 190 Sister, when we are united, we can accomplish anything. Novel image. Original God World. Raiden has already talked with Rai Dianying and Ye Shensi. And he already knows everything about 500 years later. To be honest, for what happened to him, Raiden still feels a little incredible. After all, he traveled through 500 years in a flash. It's really amazing. Bai Ye and the three returned to the pure land of One Heart. They sat at the tea table and talked for a while. At this time, Ye Shensi looked at Raiden and Rai Dianying in front of him, and suddenly felt that something was missing. Raiden was resurrected. But where is Lord Kitsuzi Palace? Lord Kitsuzi Palace has not been resurrected yet. Ye Shensi then remembered Kitsuzi Palace. There was no way, she was too dizzy after being kissed by Bai Ye before. Thinking of Kitsuzi Palace who also died in the disaster. Ye Shensi hurriedly walked in front of Bai Ye and said a little embarrassedly. Lord Bai Ye, can you trouble me to resurrect another person? Although I know that my request is a bit embarrassing. But for the sake of Kitsuzi Palace, Ye Shensi had to speak up. After all, Kitsuzi Palace was quite good to Ye Shensi. Who do you want to resurrect? Bai Ye took a sip of the tea brewed by Lei Dianzhen and said lightly. I have to say. Although they are sisters, Lei Dianzhen's tea is much better than Lei Dianying. Son of God, who do you want Bai Ye Tianren to resurrect? Hearing Ye Shensi's words, Lei Dianzhen and Lei Dianying also looked over. They were so happy about the sisterhood reunion at this time. They forgot Kitsuzi Palace. Lord Bai Ye, the person I want to resurrect is Lord Kitsuzi Palace. Ye Shensi said. Kitsuzi Palace? By the way, there is Kitsuzi Palace, sister, how come we forgot Kitsuzi Palace as well? Lei Dianzhen and Lei Dianying suddenly felt a little embarrassed. Why did they forget Kitsuzi Palace? No wonder they always felt that someone was missing. Fortunately, Ye Shinko reminded them, otherwise they really didn't know what to do. Lord Bai Ye, can I ask you to revive Husai Palace as well? Lei Dian looked at Bai Ye and begged. Lord Bai Ye, although it's a bit presumptuous to say this, I still trouble you. Lei Dian was a little embarrassed, after all, it was the first time she bothered someone so much. And the most important thing is that she and Bai Ye are not very familiar with each other. Okay. Bai Ye smiled lightly and nodded. But Ying's price can only revive one person. If you want me to revive Husai Palace, you have to pay another price. Bai Ye said in a playful tone. Price. Hearing this, Lei Dian was really stunned. Suddenly she didn't know what she thought of. Looking up at Bai Ye's evil and handsome face, her pretty face couldn't help but blush. Lord Bai Ye, I will offer myself to revive Husai Palace Tianren. Ye Shinko looked at Bai Ye and said. You're dreaming. Bai Ye held Ye Shensi's little head. This guy wants both. Damn it, Lord Ri, don't you want to let Lien Zhen go? Woo woo woo. Lord Bai Ye is so evil. He actually wants the sisters. Ye Shensi cried and looked at Bai Ye angrily with her beautiful eyes. I didn't force you. Everything has a price. Bai Ye said lightly without taking it seriously. Lord Bai Ye. If it's Lord Bai Ye, my sister shouldn't lose anything. Lei Yingying thought to herself. Then, she took a deep breath and made a decision. Sister, in order to revive the Fox Palace, I can only ask you. Lei Yingying held Lei Dianjun's hand and said. Lei Dianjun. Ah. Ying, Shensi, what are you doing? Lei Dianjun was completely confused. I don't know what to say. At this time, Bai Ye said, since you have already decided on the reward, then I will fulfill your request. Lei Dianjun, what? No, Lord Bai Ye, I haven't agreed yet. Lei Dianjun wanted to cry but had no tears. She always felt that she had stepped into the trap of the three people. And her own sister. How could she sell her sister? Is there anyone who treats her sister like you? Lord Bai Ye is a very evil villain at first glance. Aren't you sending me into the tiger's mouth? Lei Dianjun was speechless. But it was too late for her to refuse at this moment. Buzz. Accompanied by a sacred miracle power. The powerful and vast miracle power and spacetime power were activated instantly. In an instant. In the astonished eyes of the three people. The white-haired fox-eared girl Hu Zhaigong was instantly fished out of the long river of time and space by Bai Ye. Hu Zhaigong. Wasn't I fighting with the monsters just now? How did I suddenly come here? Master Hazuyomiya, it's like this. What's going on? Bai Ye said lightly, looking at Lei Dianjun with indifferent eyes, his eyes full of teasing. For 33-inch are you Zhen, Ying? And the Son of God. We will definitely be able to fight for a position as a concubine in Lord Bai Ye's harem. Why did I suddenly appear here? It's over, now Hazuyomiya has been resurrected. What on earth was that mysterious power just now? Lei Ying said, Sister, good things should be shared. But he still thanked Bai Ye. Hazuyomiya was extremely shocked. When they saw Hu Zhaigong appear, Lei Dianjun and the other two were extremely excited. Inexplicably. This is Master Bai Ye, and then we. Kushiyomiya was very confused. He couldn't help asking. Master Hu Zhaigong. And who is this? Hu Zhaigong saw the three people in front of him, Lei Dianying. When the time comes, we sisters will work together and be able to break iron with strength. Besides, it is our honor to serve Lord Bai Ye. Zhen, Ying, and Shenzi, what happened? Bai Ye heard this and waved his hand. She is really going to fall into the hands of Lord Bai Ye. Yajio Shenzi quickly explained to Hazuyomiya. It was the first time she encountered such a thing. No need, if you want to thank someone, thank Lei Dianjun. And when he knew the general course of events, Hu Zhaigong was confused and bewildered. Ying, is this how you treat Mumu? They all walked to Hu Zhaigong. And Lei Dianjun's pretty face was slightly red. She appeared here directly, not giving her any time to react at all. Although I'm still a little shocked, I still thank Master Bai Ye for saving me. Chapter 191 Raiden Shin, Ying and Bai Ye are too ridiculous. Novel image. Bai Ye, do you really want to do this? But I haven't agreed yet. Bai Ye, this won't work. Ying, you. Original God World. Raiden Zhen, who looked confused, was pushed by his sister. He suddenly fell into Bai Ye's arms. Then, in the shy eyes of the girls, Bai Ye embraced him with his big hand and leaned over. Raiden Zhen's pretty face was red. As a younger sister, Lei Ying was watching very carefully. Ye Shensi was also watching. Only Hu Zhaigong, who had just been fished out of the long river of time and space by Bai Ye, had a slightly red face and was silent. Hu Zhai Palace. What else can she say? I often feel out of tune with you because I am not perverted enough. Are my thoughts too outdated? You guys are playing too much, aren't you? You also said that Ying and Bai Ye are a pair. How come the real master also? I don't understand. Hu Zhai Palace said that she didn't understand. But what happened next, Hu Zhai Palace understood. Because even she didn't expect it. She also got involved. No words all night. In the early morning, Bai Ye is watching a movie in Lei. He stood up with the help of the two sisters, Raiden and Shin. Next to him was Ye Shinko, who was still sleeping soundly. And Kitsuzi Palace, who was still confused and at a loss. Kitsuzi Palace hugged her knees in despair. Her beautiful face was full of, "Who am I, where am I?" expressions. She really didn't expect it. Even she was dragged into it. Lord Ing and Lord Shin. You guys are playing too much, aren't you? Woo woo woo. It's over, I'm not clean anymore. Bai Ye put on his clothes, and he was very relaxed and comfortable. As gods of destruction, he naturally did things according to his preferences. Bai Ye naturally had no reason to let go of the meat that was offered to him. Bai Ye's life creed has always been to do whatever he wants. So, he spent a good night last night. Ying's figure is really good. Of course, sister is not bad either. Bai Ye looked at Lei Dianying and Lei Dianjin in front of him and praised them lightly. This sentence made Lei Dianying and Lei Dianjin, who were helping Bai Ye get up, feel calm. The two could no longer pretend to be calm. Lei Dianying was fine, after all, he had known Bai Ye for some time. And Lei Dianjin's expression instantly turned red. Thinking of the ridiculous scene last night. She wanted to find a hole to crawl into. It was too ridiculous. Is that still her? She rolled her eyes. Ing was also. It was obviously the first time. Why did she feel more skilled than her sister? Thinking of last night, Lei Dianjin could only sigh helplessly. Looking at Lei Dianying with a strange look. The reason why Ing became like this. After all, it was her sister's fault. She didn't teach Lei Dianying well. Lord Bai Ye, I hope you won't let us down, and I hope you will treat Ing well. Lei Dianjin snuggled in Bai Ye's arms and said resignedly. Sister. Hearing this, Lei Dianying looked at his sister with a very complicated look. Then he looked at Bai Ye again. It seemed that he wanted to get Bai Ye's answer. Feeling the gazes of the two sisters, Bai Ye shrugged calmly. I have a strong possessiveness, I don't know what it means to let you down. However, after following me, you are destined to fall into my hands in this life. Now even if you want to run, you can't run away. After all, my mark has been injected into your bodies. Bai Ye said calmly. Lei Dianying and Lei Dianjin both blushed and lowered their heads after hearing this. Injected into my mark. The two of them naturally knew what Bai Ye meant by this sentence. They were indeed injected with Bai Ye's mark. It was almost full. They probably can't run away in this life. Hu Zhaigong, who heard these words on the side. Hu Zhaigong looked confused and bewildered. No. What are you talking about? Why can't I understand? Master Bai Ye, Master Ing, and Master Zhen. Have you forgotten me and Shen Zi? After all, we were also one of the participants in the battle last night. Kusai Palace was speechless. She could only lie on the bed, hugging the still sleeping Ye Shen Zi, pretending to sleep. Master Bai Ye, are you leaving? Lei Dianying asked, leaning his little head in Bai Ye's arms like his sister. Almost, but I don't have anything important to do in this world. So if you want me to stay, it depends on your performance. Bai Ye said. Isn't the speed of time in the Dragon Ball world much slower than our Genshin world? It's still early for the Universe Martial Arts Tournament hosted by Lord Bai Ye. Can't Lord Bai Ye stay here for me and my sister? And Shen Zi and Hu Zhaigong also hope that Lord Bai Ye will stay here. Lei Yingying glanced at Hu Zhaigong, who was pretending to sleep, and said expectantly. Really? What do you think, sister? Bai Ye looked at Lei Dianjin in his arms and said jokingly. The latter blushed and nodded. Zhen also hopes that Lord Bai Ye will stay here. Lei Dianjin said in a low voice. In that case, I'll stay here for a few more days. Depends on your performance, don't let me down. Bai Ye said with a smile. Zhen will also give birth to a lovely and beautiful daughter for Bai Ye. Both Lei Yingdian and Lei Dianjin blushed and nodded shyly. Children. Bai Ye said with a smile. Hearing what the two said, Bai Ye was silent. But as for whether you can get pregnant or not, it depends on your pregnancy. But now. In the future, please fill up Ing, for Bai Ye. I really should have a child. It's just that Bai Ye has been using the power of destruction to eliminate his own activity. Also let my Bai Ye universe add some new life and vitality. But she was not to be outdone and said, maybe. Even the Fox Palace who pretended to sleep on the side. This is not the first woman who told Bai Ye that she wanted to give birth to a daughter for him. Of course, he is also very selfish. Travel to the Dragon Ball world and become the supreme gods of destruction. Ying will give birth to a child for Bai Ye. Lei Dianying and Lei Dianjin's words have made Bai Ye's idea a little shaken. Raidenjin looked at her sister with an unbelievable look when she heard this. In fact, it is not just Lei Yingdian and Lei Dianjin. Master Bai Ye, this is what you said. After all, his personality is so arbitrary. They also said that they would give birth to children for themselves. Okay, in the next few days in the original world, I will not use the power of destruction to eliminate my vitality. Bai Ye's idea is very simple and naive. Jin 2. As soon as the voice fell among them, Lei Yingdian said boldly. Lei Dianying and Lei Dianjin pounced on him at the same time. That's why he didn't let the women get pregnant. Damn, Bai Ye's idea was very simple before. Liang Bing, Niwa, Keisha, and others in Bai Ye universe. They all moved in their hearts and joined the battle. Then just do whatever you want. Let the girls give birth to a few little cotton-padded jackets. Chapter 191 Raiden Ying and Bai Ye are too ridiculous. Novel image. Bai Ye, do you really want to do this? But I haven't agreed yet. Bai Ye, this won't work. Ying, you. Original God world. Raidenjin, who looked confused, was pushed by his sister. He suddenly fell into Bai Ye's arms. Then, in the shy eyes of the girls, Bai Ye embraced him with his big hand and leaned over. Raidenjin's pretty face was red. As a younger sister, Lei Ying was watching very carefully. Ye Shenxi was also watching. Only Hu Saigong, who had just been fished out of the long river of time and space by Bai Ye, had a slightly red face and was silent. Huzhai Palace. What else can she say? I often feel out of tune with you because I am not perverted enough. Are my thoughts too outdated? You guys are playing too much, aren't you? You also said that Ying and Bai Ye are a pair. How come the real master also? I don't understand. Huzhai Palace said that she didn't understand. But what happened next, Huzhai Palace understood. Because even she didn't expect it. She also got involved. No words all night. In the early morning, Bai Ye is watching a movie and Lei He stood up with the help of the two sisters, Raiden and Shin. Next to him was Ye Shinko, who was still sleeping soundly. And Kitsuzi Palace, who was still confused and at a loss. Kitsuzi Palace hugged her knees in despair. Her beautiful face was full of, who am I, where am I, expressions. She really didn't expect it. Even she was dragged into it. Lord Ying and Lord Shin. You guys are playing too much, aren't you? Woo woo woo. It's over, I'm not clean anymore. Bai Ye put on his clothes, and he was very relaxed and comfortable. As gods of destruction, he naturally did things according to his preferences. Bai Ye naturally had no reason to let go of the meat that was offered to him. Bai Ye's life creed has always been to do whatever he wants. So, he spent a good night last night. Ying's figure is really good. Of course, sister is not bad either. Bai Ye looked at Lei Dianying and Lei Dianjin in front of him and praised them lightly. This sentence made Lei Dianying and Lei Dianjin, who were helping Bai Ye get up, feel calm. The two could no longer pretend to be calm. Lei Dianying was fine, after all, he had known Bai Ye for some time. And Lei Dianjin's expression instantly turned red. Thinking of the ridiculous scene last night. She wanted to find a hole to crawl into. It was too ridiculous. Is that still her? She rolled her eyes. Ying was also. It was obviously the first time. Why did she feel more skilled than her sister? Thinking of last night, Lei Dianjin could only sigh helplessly. Looking at Lei Dianying with a strange look. The reason why Ying became like this. After all, it was her sister's fault. She didn't teach Lei Dianying well. Lord Bai Ye, I hope you won't let us down, and I hope you will treating well. Lei Dianjin snuggled in Bai Ye's arms and said resignedly. Sister. Hearing this, Lei Dianying looked at his sister with a very complicated look. Then he looked at Bai Ye again. It seemed that he wanted to get Bai Ye's answer. Feeling the gazes of the two sisters, Bai Ye shrugged calmly. I have a strong possessiveness, I don't know what it means to let you down. However, after following me, you are destined to fall into my hands in this life. Now even if you want to run, you can't run away. After all, my mark has been injected into your bodies. Bai Ye said calmly. Lei Dianying and Lei Dianjin both blushed and lowered their heads after hearing this. Injected into my mark. The two of them naturally knew what Bai Ye meant by this sentence. They were indeed injected with Bai Ye's mark. It was almost full. They probably can't run away in this life. Hu Zhaigong, who heard these words on the side. Hu Zhaigong looked confused and bewildered. No. What are you talking about? Why can't I understand? Master Bai Ye, Master Ying, and Master Zhen. Have you forgotten me and Chen Zi? After all, we were also one of the participants in the battle last night. Kusai Palace was speechless. She could only lie on the bed, hugging the still sleeping Ye Shenzi, pretending to sleep. Master Bai Ye, are you leaving? Lei Dianying asked, leaning his little head in Bai Ye's arms like his sister. Almost, but I don't have anything important to do in this world. So if you want me to stay, it depends on your performance. Bai Ye said. Isn't the speed of time in the Dragon Ball world much slower than our Genshin world? It's still early for the Universe Martial Arts Tournament hosted by Lord Bai Ye. Can't Lord Bai Ye stay here for me and my sister? And Shen Zi and Hu Zhaigong also hope that Lord Bai Ye will stay here. Lei Yingying glanced at Hu Zhaigong, who was pretending to sleep, and said expectantly. Really? What do you think, sister? Bai Ye looked at Lei Dianjin in his arms and said jokingly. The latter blushed and nodded. Zhen also hopes that Lord Bai Ye will stay here. Lei Dianjin said in a low voice. In that case, I'll stay here for a few more days. Depends on your performance, don't let me down. Bai Ye said with a smile. Zhen will also give birth to a lovely and beautiful daughter for Bai Ye. Both Lei Yingdian and Lei Dianjin blushed and nodded shyly. Children. Bai Ye said with a smile. Hearing what the two said, Bai Ye was silent. But as for whether you can get pregnant or not, it depends on your pregnancy. But now. In the future, please fill up Ing, for Bai Ye. I really should have a child. It's just that Bai Ye has been using the power of destruction to eliminate his own activity. Also let my Bai Ye universe add some new life and vitality. But she was not to be outdone and said. Maybe. Even the Fox Palace who pretended to sleep on the side. This is not the first woman who told Bai Ye that she wanted to give birth to a daughter for him. Of course, he is also very selfish. Travel to the Dragon Ball world and become the supreme gods of destruction. Ing will give birth to a child for Bai Ye. Lei Dianying and Lei Dianjin's words have made Bai Ye's idea a little shaken. Raidenjin looked at her sister with an unbelievable look when she heard this. In fact, it is not just Lei Yingdian and Lei Dianjin. Master Bai Ye, this is what you said. After all, his personality is so arbitrary. They also said that they would give birth to children for themselves. Okay, in the next few days in the original world, I will not use the power of destruction to eliminate my vitality. Bai Ye's idea is very simple and naive. Zhen too. As soon as the voice fell. Among them, Lei Yingdian said boldly. Lei Dianying and Lei Dianjin pounced on him at the same time. That's why he didn't let the women get pregnant. Damn, Bai Ye's idea was very simple before. Liang Bing, Nuwa, Keisha, and others in Bai Ye universe. They all moved in their hearts and joined the battle. Then just do whatever you want. Let the girls give birth to a few little cotton-padded jackets. Chapter 192 I'm really going to give birth to a little girl. Novel image. Bai Ye stayed in the world of the original god for a long time. He had a very pleasant time. Then he returned to Bai Ye universe very soon. An ordinary day in Bai Ye universe. Liang Bing flirted with Yan and others in the City of Angel. She often relied on her position as the queen. She ordered Yen and Lang and other angels to do all kinds of things. She called it training. In fact, she enjoyed seeing Yen and others' very unhappy but helpless expressions. Although Yen and others were bullied, they had no choice. Who made Liang Bing very favored by Lord Bai Ye. And just recently, this demon queen found several beautiful beauties from somewhere on the earth. It seems to be called Rose, Reina. There are too many names, Yen didn't remember them clearly. Anyway, it made Lord Bai Ye very happy. He also rewarded her heavily. To be honest, Yen was very envious of this. But she was not the queen. Not to mention myself, Queen Keisha and Queen Hashi are not. I can only let Morgana, the demon queen, do whatever she wants. Hey, Sister Yen, when will this bullying end? Angel Lingxi couldn't help complaining. Liang Bing asked her to get a bottle of water just now. Lingxi really didn't want to complain. What hot water do you, a 6th generation divine body, drink? It's okay, let her do it now. Lord Bai Ye said that he would not use destructive power to destroy his cell activity during these days. Whoever gets pregnant with Lord Bai Ye's first child will be the queen. Yen repeated what Bai Ye said in Universe at that time, with her beautiful eyes full of excitement. As long as we work hard. Get pregnant with Lord Bai Ye's first child. No, not just us, but also Queen Keisha and Queen Shi. We angel have a large number of people, while Morgana has only a few people. Our angel's chance of getting pregnant is much greater than hers. As long as Lord Bai Ye's first child is from us, then, our status will naturally reverse at 2 levels. She Morgana can only be arrogant for a period of time. Yen analyzed calmly. Angel heard this coldly and kept saying. Sister Yen, what if the first one to get pregnant with Lord Bai Ye's child is Morgana? Then wouldn't our angel's status with Lord Bai Ye be in jeopardy? Morgana will definitely become more unscrupulous, right? Yen waved his hand after hearing this. She said coldly. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. Morgana is only one person, and we have dozens of angels. How could she get pregnant before us? This is absolutely impossible. Yen didn't think Liang Bing would get pregnant before them. Nor did he believe Liang Bing would get pregnant before them. After all, without using divine power, everyone has the same chance of getting pregnant. There are dozens of angels. How can Morgana compare with us? Yen thought so in his heart. However, at this time, Liang Bing came over. She was still wearing the khaki windbreaker, in human form, with light makeup on her beautiful and charming face. Since being moisturized by Bai Ye for countless times, now Liang Bing exudes an alluring feminine scent all over her body. There is a breath of a young woman. But she has the devil gene, so she looks very evil. Liang Bing is a very evil devil queen. So this evil temperament. It seems very reasonable. If I don't come over, how do I know you are saying bad things about me? Liang Bing put her hands on her waist and said in a playful tone. During this period, seeing Liang Bing and her little followers coming over. If there were not too many people at that time and the room was too dark, Bai Ye could not tell. Morgana. Before that, in order to please Bai Ye, Liang Bing stayed in the Earth Super Seminary for a long time. Naturally became Liang Bing's followers. But Angel Lung is still the one who is most unhappy with Liang Bing. Why are you here? With her strong strength, Liang Bing also replaced Takeo and became the new principal of the Super Seminary. The reason is very simple. They were Du Qiangwei, Qilin, Lina, and others. I have revised it several times, so annoying. Angel and the devil have no disputes. So, Angel Lung is undoubtedly very jealous of Liang Bing. In the entire Bai Ye universe, Liang Bing is the queen. It is natural for Du Qiangwei and others in the Xiong Binglian to become Liang Bing's little followers. On the premise of not harming the earth. Yen, Lung, and Angel were all frightened. And she is just a concubine who helps Bai Ye warm the bed. Her strong female temperament can easily attract female followers. Behind her, there were the little followers she brought from the Earth Super Seminary. Liang Bing walked over slowly with enchanting steps. Angel Lung still looked impatient, gnashing his teeth at Liang Bing. After that, Du Qiangwei, Qilin and others. What bad things are you saying about me again? Angel Lung might not have the opportunity to serve Bai Ye. Damn, you eavesdropped on our conversation. Morgana. Although the entire super god universe now belongs to Bai Ye. P.S. Please give me flowers, monthly tickets, and subscriptions. Because Liang Bing is too favored. It can only be said that Liang Bing, the demon queen, is still very charming. Chapter 193 Liang Bing, I'm pregnant. Novel image. Morgana. Damn it, you eavesdropped on our conversation. Angel Lung still looked impatient, gnashing his teeth at Liang Bing. Although the entire super god universe now belongs to Bai Ye. Angel and the devil have no disputes. But Angel Lung is still the one who dislikes Liang Bing the most. The reason is very simple. Because Liang Bing is too favored. In the entire Bai Ye universe, Liang Bing is the queen. And she is just a concubine who helps Bai Ye warm the bed. If there were not too many people at that time and the room was too dark, Bai Ye could not tell. Angel Lung might not have the opportunity to serve Bai Ye. So, Angel Lung is undoubtedly very jealous of Liang Bing. But there is no way. Who made her not as beautiful as Liang Bing, and her figure is not as good as Liang Bing, the demon queen. Her charm is not as great as hers. She can only be a concubine obediently. Helplessly obey Liang Bing's drive. Although Bai Ye said that every woman has equal status. But in Bai Ye universe, who knows the real situation? Everyone's status is different. Just like Liang Bing, Keisha, Niwa, Yorua, Yotani Miko, and others. Or others. So when Bai Ye said that the first pregnant woman would be the queen, they were so excited and crazy. Even Keisha, Heian, and other angels. They all hated to let Bai Ye get out of bed. How? Let Bai Ye get a little bored these days. There is no way, let you face these angels every day. Deleted. You are also bored. Although Bai Ye is the gods of destruction of time and space, his physical strength is unlimited. But it can't be like this. At least let Bai Ye take a break. So yesterday, Bai Ye slipped away very gorgeously. These guys are really crazy. Deleted, deleted. The topic has gone a little far. Back to the topic. When Angel Yen, Angel Lung, and others saw Liang Bing coming, they were still a little surprised. Of course, they were more unhappy. Not only Angel Lung was unhappy with Liang Bing, Bieni, and Angel Lingxi were also unhappy with Liang Shui. Or, as long as they were angels, they would be unhappy with Liang Bing, the demon queen. Liang Bing was too arrogant. She was also too good at attracting hatred. So, people who like her personality would like her very much. People who hate her would hate her very much. But Liang Bing didn't care about all this. The only thing she cared about now was her husband Bai Ye. And being pregnant with Bai Ye's first daughter. That's all. Liang Bing wanted a caring little cotton-padded jacket so much. She swore that if she succeeded in getting pregnant, she would dress her daughter up beautifully. Let her become the happiest little princess in the entire universe, and even in the heavens and the worlds. Therefore, during these days, she accompanied Bai Ye the most times. It's not Niwa, nor Angel, but Liang Bing. Morgana, what do you want to do here? Angel said very unhappy, staring at Liang Bing with her cold eyes. She hated Liang Bing's arrogant look. Very annoying. As if she and others were her maids. Humph. Wait until I, or Yen, Queen Keisha and others are the first to get pregnant with Lord Bai Ye's child. Then we will see how we deal with you. Angel thought in her heart. Humph, this is my world, what? Can't I come? Liang Bing said with a smile, seeing the reactions of Angel and Yen. But she didn't care. She just liked to see these angels who wanted to bite her to death. But they were helpless. This feeling is so great. Morgana, don't be too proud. You are not the first person to get pregnant with Lord Bai Ye's child. The results are not out yet, and it is not certain who will take the position of the queen. Yen couldn't stand Liang Bing anymore, and snorted coldly. That's right, Morgana, don't be proud. It's still uncertain what the final result will be. There are so many of us angels, and Lord Bai Ye's first child must be ours. Angel Lingxi also echoed. It seems that in the hearts of all angels, Bai Ye's first child must be theirs. After all, in Bai Ye universe, angel has the largest base number. According to probability theory, it is indeed the case. Liang Bing is only one person after all. Tisk, do you think I will be calm about this kind of thing? Do you think that even if you are both pregnant, my position in my husband's heart will change? Humph, I might as well tell you that no matter whether the first child is mine or not, my position in my husband's heart will never change. Liang Bing snorted coldly, seeming to not care about all this. Of course, if you notice the subtle changes in her facial expression, you will find that Yuan Bing doesn't really care. Queen Liang Bing, what is Lord Bai Ye's first daughter? What's the situation? Standing next to Liang Bing, Du Qiangwei asked curiously. Yes, Queen, what's going on? Can you tell us? Speaking of which, we haven't met Lord Bai Ye yet. Qilin also said very curiously. Even Reina and others looked at Liang Bing with curiosity. Nothing, you don't have to worry about it. Although Liang Bing said she didn't care, she actually cared a lot in her heart. She naturally wouldn't add some competitors to herself. 0, please give me flowers. Even if Du Qiangwei and others were followers she brought from Earth. If her little followers accidentally got pregnant, wouldn't her status be equal to theirs? How could that be true? Even if she was fighting alone, Liang Bing wouldn't let Du Qiangwei and others ride on her head. This goddess. Seeing that Liang Bing didn't say anything, Du Qiangwei and others set their sights on Angel Ling and Yen and other angels. But they were soon rejected. Humph, we have nothing to say, don't even think about it. Angel Yen crossed his arms and said coldly. They were the same as Liang Bing. They didn't want to add some opponents to themselves. So Du Qiangwei and others don't even need to think about it. You guys are only fit to be a bed warmer. At this moment, Angels and Liang Bing reached an agreement. $700. Du Qiangwei and others could only shake their heads helplessly after hearing this. 0. But what they thought in their hearts was, if we can't get the answer from you, we can't get the answer from Lord Bai Ye. Du Qiangwei and others are still very curious about Bai Ye. There is still a little admiration for Bai Ye in their hearts. After all, they were brainwashed by Liang Bing when they were on Earth. It can't be said to be brainwashing. After all, Liang Bing didn't do anything to their spirits. It's just that he advertised in front of them every day. My husband is the most handsome male god in the universe. My husband is the most powerful male god in the universe. My husband is the most omnipotent male god in the universe. That's all. So, under Liang Bing's pyramid scheme that is almost brainwashing, Du Qiangwei and the other girls naturally developed a strong curiosity about Bai Ye, as well as a hint of inexplicable admiration. They really wanted to know what kind of man was the one who could catch the demon queen. Humph, Morgana, are you done showing off now? Can you leave now? We don't welcome you here, hurry up. Angel Ling and Angel Yen and others stared at Liang Bing with their beautiful eyes and said, Tisk, it's boring. After teasing these angel short skirts, Liang Bing felt much better. Then, she was ready to leave with her little followers Du Qiangwei and others. At this time, Liang Bing had just taken a few steps when she felt a sense of nausea. Ugh. In the surprised eyes of Angel Yen and Du Qiangwei and others, Liang Bing quickly stepped on her high boots and flew to the bathroom. However, she couldn't vomit anything, just simply nausea. Me. Liang Bing seemed to have thought of something, and her beautiful eyes were instantly overjoyed. I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant. Ha ha ha. I'm pregnant. P.S. It was censored, and part of it was deleted. Eat. Chapter 194 Yen also wants to give birth to a child for Bai Ye. Novel image. Among all the beauties of Bai Ye, Liang Bing became the first one to get pregnant with Bai Ye's child. This made Liang Bing very excited. She almost jumped up with excitement. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. I'm pregnant. I'm really pregnant. Liang Bing was so excited that she shouted excitedly in the bathroom. Her voice excited Yen and others outside. The women stared at each other. For a moment, they didn't know what to say. They naturally heard Liang Bing's voice. Therefore, they were a little bit unbelievable. It felt like they were dreaming. That Morgana guy. Is she really pregnant? How is this possible? She is only one person, but we Angel have dozens of people. Angel muttered coldly, and she couldn't believe it in her heart. She was almost stupid. June 13th, it should be just a simple nausea. Whether she is pregnant or not, the results are not out yet. Yen was still relatively calm. While they were talking, Liang Bing had already walked out of the bathroom. At this moment, her beautiful face was full of red light. It was as if she had encountered some great joy. However, the fact was indeed so. Liang Bing was so excited at this moment. Queen Liang Bing, are you okay? Queen, what happened to you? Queen Liang Bing, are you okay? Queen, you are really not pregnant, are you? Seeing Liang Bing's appearance, Du Qiangwei and other little followers of the Super God Academy. They hurriedly came up and asked with concern. Dilina looked at Liang Bing's belly curiously. Wanted to see something. Bang. Liang Bing knocked on her little head, and the latter wowed, which was very cute. Liang Bing then waved to the girls and said lightly. It's okay, I'm just pregnant, nothing happened. Although Liang Bing's voice pretended to be calm. But it was not difficult to see her excitement and joy. Because the corners of her mouth were about to burst. Cool. She was so happy at the moment. Angel Yen and Ling and others came over. Yen looked at Liang Bing's performance and frowned. She looked at Liang Bing with a strange look. Morgana, you said you are pregnant. How is this possible? How can you be pregnant? Lord Bai Ye has been with you for less time than we have. Yen said in disbelief. If Liang Bing is really pregnant, then it will definitely be a huge blow to them Angel. They Angel will never have a chance to turn things around in front of Liang Bing. Unless Queen Keisha and Queen He can also get pregnant with Lord Bai Ye's children. But no matter how many children Lord Bai Ye has in the future, I think they will definitely not be as good as the eldest daughter. Besides, Lord Bai Ye also said, he will not have too many children in the future. At most, no more than 5. And Lord Bai Ye has no intention of having a boy. After all, giving birth to a boy is for the continuation of the family line. However, everyone in the Bai Ye universe has an infinite lifespan. Where did Lord Bai Ye get the idea of continuing the family line? Humph, you don't need to test me anymore. I can clearly sense that I am indeed pregnant. Liang Bing said happily, with her chin raised high, like a proud swan. Impossible. Morgana, how could you be pregnant? We will never believe it. Angel Ling said loudly. At this point, Angel Ling still thinks that Liang Bing is deceiving them. After all, this is not the first time Liang Bing has done this. It can be said that Liang Bing, the Demon Queen, has a criminal record. So now, even if Liang Bing has morning sickness, Angel Yen and others still don't believe it. Humph, I really didn't lie to you this time. Because this time, I'm really pregnant. Liang Bing said loudly. I'm going to contact my husband and ask him to spoil me. Spoil me well. And from now on, I want him to only spoil me. Ha ha ha. Liang Bing said to herself and laughed loudly. At this time, Yen suddenly took out a pregnancy test stick. Handed it to Liang Bing. Morgana, I still don't believe you will be pregnant unless you prove it to us. Yen said. Yen and others are all 4th-generation divine bodies at this time. But Liang Bing's divine body is the 6th or even 7th generation. Therefore, Yen and others naturally can't analyze the situation in Liang Bing's body. Is Liang Bing pregnant? I'm afraid only she knows. However, even if it's the 6th generation of the divine body, pregnancy can be proved by a pregnancy test stick. Humph, prove it. In order to make you Angel's short skirt, give up, today I will be merciful and fulfill your wish-o. After Liang Bing finished speaking, she took the pregnancy test stick from Yan's hand. Then she walked into the bathroom. She tried it herself inside. Sure enough, it was as expected. 2 bars. Of course, Liang Bing already knew the result. She was not surprised by the 2 bars. However, although Liang Bing was a lawless demon queen, she still had some little woman's mentality at this time. So, just in case, Liang Bing tried again. Still 2 bars. Really 2 bars? Ah. We Angel has so many people. After that, Liang Bing laughed. Outside, Yan, Ling and others were anxiously waiting for Liang Bing. Am I really pregnant? Ha ha ha. Her morning sickness just now was not an illusion, but real. Really pregnant. Let me see. She was pregnant. After truly confirming that she was pregnant, Liang Bing screamed excitedly. Yan will never believe it. Lord Bai Ye, you are biased. Yan was jealous. I didn't lie to you, did I? We agreed that our chances are the same. Although her status is not as good as Liang Bing, Keisha, and she didn't expect that the first person to get pregnant with Bai Ye's child was actually Liang Bing. Yan is extremely envious and jealous. Yan took the pregnancy test stick from Liang Bing directly, without any disgust. I also want to get pregnant. There is no trick in this. Lord Bai Ye, you are too partial. But she really wants to give Bai Ye a child. They didn't have to wait long. Liang Bing soon came out with a pregnancy test stick with 2 bars. And soon, when he found out that the pregnancy test stick was not tampered with by Liang Bing. Lord Bai Ye, you are too partial. After all, when he was afraid of Bai Ye before, he had done more disgusting things. It was really 2 bars. It's true. How come Morgana is the first one to get pregnant? A sad expression appeared on Yan's pretty face instantly. Look. 2 bars, see. Chapter 194. Yan also wants to give birth to a child for Bai Ye. Novel image. Among all the beauties of Bai Ye, Liang Bing became the first one to get pregnant with Bai Ye's child. This made Liang Bing very excited. She almost jumped up with excitement. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. I'm pregnant. I'm really pregnant. Liang Bing was so excited that she shouted excitedly in the bathroom. Her voice excited Yan and others outside. The women stared at each other. For a moment, they didn't know what to say. They naturally heard Liang Bing's voice. Therefore, they were a little bit unbelievable. It felt like they were dreaming. That Morgana guy. Is she really pregnant? How is this possible? She is only one person, but we Angel have dozens of people. Angel muttered coldly, and she couldn't believe it in her heart. She was almost stupid. June 13th, it should be just a simple nausea. Whether she is pregnant or not, the results are not out yet. Yan was still relatively calm. While they were talking, Liang Bing had already walked out of the bathroom. At this moment, her beautiful face was full of red light. It was as if she had encountered some great joy. However, the fact was indeed so. Liang Bing was so excited at this moment. Queen Liang Bing, are you okay? Queen, what happened to you? Queen Liang Bing, are you okay? Queen, you are really not pregnant, are you? Seeing Liang Bing's appearance, Du Qiangwei and other little followers of the Super God Academy, they hurriedly came up and asked with concern. Dilina looked at Liang Bing's belly curiously. Wanted to see something. Bang. Liang Bing knocked on her little head, and the latter wowed, which was very cute. Liang Bing then waved to the girls and said lightly, "It's okay, I'm just pregnant, nothing happened." Although Liang Bing's voice pretended to be calm, but it was not difficult to see her excitement and joy, because the corners of her mouth were about to burst. Cool. She was so happy at the moment. Angel Yan and Ling and others came over. Yan looked at Liang Bing's performance and frowned. She looked at Liang Bing with a strange look. Morgana, you said you are pregnant. How is this possible? How can you be pregnant? Lord Bai Ye has been with you for less time than we have. Yan said in disbelief. If Liang Bing is really pregnant, then it will definitely be a huge blow to them Angel. They Angel will never have a chance to turn things around in front of Liang Bing. Unless Queen Keisha and Queen He can also get pregnant with Lord Bai Ye's children. But no matter how many children Lord Bai Ye has in the future, I think they will definitely not be as good as the eldest daughter. Besides, Lord Bai Ye also said, he will not have too many children in the future. At most, no more than 5. And Lord Bai Ye has no intention of having a boy. After all, giving birth to a boy is for the continuation of the family line. However, everyone in the Bai Ye universe has an infinite lifespan. Where did Lord Bai Ye get the idea of continuing the family line? Humph, you don't need to test me anymore. I can clearly sense that I am indeed pregnant. Liang Bing said happily, with her chin raised high, like a proud swan. Impossible. Morgana, how could you be pregnant? We will never believe it. Angel Ling said loudly. At this point, Angel Ling still thinks that Liang Bing is deceiving them. After all, this is not the first time Liang Bing has done this. It can be said that Liang Bing, the Demon Queen, has a criminal record. So now, even if Liang Bing has morning sickness, Angel Yen and others still don't believe it. Humph, I really didn't lie to you this time. Because this time, I'm really pregnant. Liang Bing said loudly. I'm going to contact my husband and ask him to spoil me. Spoil me well. And from now on, I want him to only spoil me. Ha ha ha. Liang Bing said to herself and laughed loudly. At this time, Yen suddenly took out a pregnancy test stick. Handed it to Liang Bing. Morgana, I still don't believe you will be pregnant unless you prove it to us. Yen said. Yen and others are all 4th-generation divine bodies at this time. But Liang Bing's divine body is the 6th or even 7th generation. Therefore, Yen and others naturally can't analyze the situation in Liang Bing's body. Is Liang Bing pregnant? I'm afraid only she knows. However, even if it's the 6th generation of the divine body, pregnancy can be proved by a pregnancy test stick. Humph, prove it. In order to make you Angel's short skirt, give up, today I will be merciful and fulfill your wish-o. After Liang Bing finished speaking, she took the pregnancy test stick from Yan's hand. Then she walked into the bathroom. She tried it herself inside. Sure enough, it was as expected. 2 bars. Of course, Liang Bing already knew the result. She was not surprised by the 2 bars. However, although Liang Bing was a lawless demon queen, she still had some little woman's mentality at this time. So, just in case, Liang Bing tried again. Still 2 bars. Really 2 bars. Ah. We Angel has so many people. After that, Liang Bing laughed. Outside, Yan, Ling and others were anxiously waiting for Liang Bing. Am I really pregnant? Ha ha ha. Her morning sickness just now was not an illusion, but real. Really pregnant. Let me see. She was pregnant. D. After truly confirming that she was pregnant, Liang Bing screamed excitedly. Yen will never believe it. Lord Bai Ye, you are biased. Yen was jealous. I didn't lie to you, did I? We agreed that our chances are the same. Although her status is not as good as Liang Bing, Keisha, and she. She didn't expect that the first person to get pregnant with Bai Ye's child was actually Liang Bing. Yen is extremely envious and jealous. Yen took the pregnancy test stick from Liang Bing directly, without any disgust. I also want to get pregnant. There is no trick in this. Lord Bai Ye, you are too partial. But she really wants to give Bai Ye a child. They didn't have to wait long, Liang Bing soon came out with a pregnancy test stick with 2 bars. And soon, when he found out that the pregnancy test stick was not tampered with by Liang Bing. Lord Bai Ye, you are too partial. After all, when he was afraid of Bai Ye before, he had done more disgusting things. It was really 2 bars. It's true. How come Morgana is the first one to get pregnant? A sad expression appeared on Yan's pretty face instantly. Look. 2 bars, see. Chapter 195 Nuwa is envious. When Bai Ye learned that Liang Bing was pregnant, he was on the Wuxia planet at this time. He was playing King of Glory with Nuwa and Yurua. He was really just playing King of Glory and didn't do anything else. After all, when he was on Angel Planet before, Bai Ye was really bored. So now Bai Ye, who was in the sage mode, was really just playing King of Glory with Nuwa and other girls. Bai Ye was playing Li Bai, a very showy character. 3 displacements, plus 2 unselectable. It has a huge operating space. This hero show is really showy. The only drawback is that it's a bit scraping. However, under Bai Ye's extreme operation, all this is not a problem. Anyway, under the economic suppression, Li Bai's scraping technique is still quite painful. At least it's not a problem to carry Nuwa, the sister of Nuwa's unique skill. Yes, when playing with Bai Ye, the hero played by Nuwa is still Nuwa. I can only say that she really loves the hero Nuwa very deeply. Although Nuwa played very badly. She was a bit super ghost from time to time. But with Bai Ye, a professional player who was like a cheater, Nuwa's process of gaining points was still very smooth. Overall, Bai Ye and Nuwa's experience of playing together was still very pleasant. Bai Ye was thinking about whether he should open a KPL in the universe in the future. Let Nuwa and Yen and others form a team by themselves. At least let them have something to do and not be so bored. It also makes their own universe more fun. Of course, the KPL thing is all later. But Nuwa played Nuwa was really bad. Bai Ye suspected that her Wanjie Nuwa was carried up by others by the matching mechanism. So after being complained by Bai Ye, occasionally, Nuwa would play Yao and said she wanted to ride on Bai Ye. Nuwa said that she liked riding on Bai the most, because it would be very comfortable. She also asked Bai if he wanted to play Yao and ride on her. Bai was just speechless. If Bai wasn't a little bored now, he would definitely kill Nuwa offline. Let's get back to the point. Just when Bai and Nuwa were happily playing together, Liang Bing's contact message suddenly came. Bai was stunned for a moment and made a mistake in operation. As a result, his master Bai died in the team battle. Without Bai, Auntie and Yurua and others could not bear the responsibility. A direct team was wiped out, ruining the entire game. Bai, what are you doing? Why are you distracted all of a sudden? Humph, Bai, it's all your fault. I lost the 70-star promotion match. Nuwa said dissatisfiedly. Hearing this, Bai looked at his 17-1-8 record on G-Re. Let's take a look at Nuwa's Super Ghost record of 087. For a moment, I didn't know how to complain. I could only helplessly play with Nuwa's green snake tail. After this game ended, as expected, 5 more game friend requests popped up on Bai Ye's game interface. They were the 5 female players on the opposite side. Master Bai Ye's Li Bai is so good, give me a friend position. Master Bai Ye is so good, let's make a date. Master Bai Ye still remembers me. I am Angel Bai Jie, and I once served Master Bai Ye for a night. Master Bai Ye, I want to try the feeling of F. Looking at the friend request on his game interface, Bai Ye has no time to pay attention to it now. But based on the principle that they are all his own people, Bai Ye still agreed to the friend request on the opposite side. Then connected to Liang Bing's contact and turned on the hands-free function. What are you looking for me for? I was playing games just now. Bai Ye looked at Nuwa, who looked resentful, and said with a grudge. Ah. Liang Bing on the other end of the phone suddenly screamed. Bai Ye couldn't help but pick his ears out of habit. What are you screaming for? What happened? Seeing Nuwa's strange look, Bai Ye said speechlessly. Ah. Hubby, I'm pregnant. I'm really pregnant. Wow. Hubby, I feel so happy now. In Angel City, Liang Bing said excitedly. Although she just got pregnant. But Liang Bing seemed to feel her daughter kicking her. She wanted Bai Ye and the whole world to know her joy now. What? Bai Ye was stunned, although he had expected it in his heart. But when he learned the news, Bai Ye's 487 heart still had some complicated emotions. I know. I'll be there in a minute. After all, it's his first child. It would be a lie for Bai Ye to say he wasn't excited. In fact, Bai Ye wasn't too excited. It's just that his heart was very complicated. How should he welcome the arrival of his first child? To be honest, Bai Ye didn't really know. Just take it as it comes. I already have the strength above the unit universe level. I'm still worried about how to welcome my daughter. It's quite funny. Anyway. When Liang Bing got pregnant, Bai Ye finally became an old father. Although his appearance didn't change much, he was still 18 years old. But his mentality had changed a little. Seeing Bai Ye hung up the phone, Nuwa asked in a complicated way. What was the situation with the demon queen just now? She said she was pregnant. Is it true? Bai Ye glanced at Nuwa and nodded. Yes, it's true. Igulg. Chapter 196. My daughter must be the happiest little princess in the universe. Novel image. Hee hee. Nuwa sneered, looking at Liang Bing with burning eyes. You didn't let me have a child before, but now the demon queen is pregnant. Bai Ye, how are you going to explain to me? Is this what you told me, that you won't have a child? Nuwa sneered at Bai Ye. Wanted an answer. You always knew that I really wanted a child. Nuwa sneered. Bai Ye, Bai Ye shook his head, a little speechless. Not sure what to say. You did it, right? You deliberately let her get pregnant first, right? Why? Why wasn't your first child me? Nuwa said with a very complicated expression. Bai Ye shook his head when he heard it. As for Liang Bing, in fact, he did have some selfish motives. What Nuwa said was right. Liang Bing's first pregnancy was indeed caused by Bai Ye. As for why, it is probably as those angels said. Bai Ye pampers Liang Bing a little more than others. Forget it, I don't care about their so-called position of the main wife. I just want a child to accompany me, that's all. Nuwa looked into Bai Ye's eyes and said. Forget about this matter, but, Bai Ye, you have to promise me. Nuwa said coldly, word by word, the next child must be mine. Hearing this, Bai Ye pondered for a while, and finally nodded. Speaking of which, Bai Ye did neglect Nuwa's feelings. After all, he is a creator god. He has been single and lonely for countless billions of years. He just followed me like this. Nuwa just wanted a child, and I should satisfy him. Bai Ye did not do this well. So Bai Ye said nothing and went over to hug Nuwa. Nuwa did not struggle, and let Bai Ye kiss her from behind. Bai Ye said, don't worry, the next child will definitely be yours. But before that, we should go to visit Liang Shui. Nuwa felt much better after hearing this. She also allowed Bai Ye to do it. After that, the two of them were intimate for a while. Then they turned into a divine light and disappeared. The next moment, Bai Ye, Nuwa, Yorua, and other women appeared in front of Liang Bing. Husband. Seeing Bai Ye, Liang Bing was extremely excited. Regardless of the strange looks of the crowd, she came directly to Bai Ye. Like a large octopus. Both hands and feet were hanging on Bai Ye's body. Bai Ye clearly felt that Liang Bing's body had become a lot plumper. Maybe it was because of pregnancy. Or maybe it was because of Bai Ye's nourishment. Of course, the latter reason was greater. However, Liang Bing's figure became more and more perfect, developing towards Bai Ye's favorite shape. Husband. I'm pregnant. Ha ha ha. I'm really pregnant. I can clearly feel that it's a little princess. I'm going to give birth to a little princess. Liang Bing said excitedly, expressing her joy to Bai Ye. Generally speaking, when you are just pregnant and the fetus is not yet formed, you can't tell the gender of the fetus. But neither Bai Ye nor Liang Bing are ordinary people. They can't be viewed according to human standards. After all, Liang Bing's body structure is already in the realm of gods. So, even if you are just pregnant, Liang Bing already knew the gender of the fetus. It's 10 little princesses. In fact, Bai Ye didn't have much fluctuation in his heart about Liang Bing's pregnancy. Because it was all Bai Ye who did it. As the leader, he naturally knew that there would be such a day. But seeing Liang Bing was so excited, Bai Ye could only laugh a few times. Husband, I feel so happy now. When my daughter is born, I must make her the happiest little princess in the whole universe, no. In the whole world. Ha ha ha. My daughter and I must be the most lawless demon king in the whole universe. Liang Bing said her thoughts with great excitement. After hearing this, Bai Ye's mouth twitched, and he couldn't help but feel a little speechless. I can only say that it can't be the unscrupulous demon queen. Giving birth to children is actually for playing with oneself. To be honest, it fits Liang Bing's personality. Bai Ye doesn't hate it, but finds it quite interesting. Morgana, this guy. It seems that our super god universe is going to suffer. Not only Bai Ye was speechless, but also Angel Yen, Ling, and others, whose mouths were twitching constantly. Yuruwa and the other girls who came with Bai Ye from the martial arts planet didn't care. They just thought it was very interesting and curious about what the baby born by Bai Ye and Liang Bing would look like. Mr. Bai Ye is so handsome. Queen Liang Bing is so beautiful. The baby born by the two will definitely be very beautiful, right? That's for sure. Yuruwa, Kong Si, and others thought to themselves. At this time, they were in Bai Ye as they have lived in the universe for a long time. But they are still young girls, and nothing has changed. So they don't want to have children for Bai Ye. Because they haven't played enough. Taking care of a baby is too troublesome. But what they think in their hearts is to wait until Liang Bing's daughter is born and play with her. Babies and such. Other people's are the most fun. That's what the Yuruwa girls think. If you want to say who has the most complicated mood at the moment, it has to be Nuwa. Nuwa looked at Liang Bing's belly, her beautiful eyes were a little dazed. Seeing Liang Bing so happy, she wanted a child of her own more and more. Even, inspired by Liang, Li Hao, Bing. Nuwa also wanted to have a daughter to play with her. Play King of Glory together. It must be very interesting to let her daughter play jungle and take her flying. Of course, with this idea in mind, Nuwa really gave Bai Ye a beautiful daughter later. But under Nuwa's training, she became an internet addict. These are all later stories. Husband, what do you think the name of our first daughter should be? Liang Bing put Bai Ye's big hand on her belly and said happily. The girls next to her also listened quietly. Want to know what name Bai Ye would give his first little princess? Hearing Liang Bing's question, Bai Ye really thought about it carefully. Finally, in Liang Bing's extremely expectant eyes, Bai Ye said lightly. Let's call her Bai Binger. Chapter 197 Little Cotton Padded Jacket by Binger, Bai Ye's first daughter. Bai Binger. Ah. Hearing Bai Ye's name, Liang Bing quickly shouted excitedly again. Bai Binger. Bai Ye and Liang Bing. Ah. Husband, does this name mean the fruit of our love? Woo woo woo. Husband, you really love me, I am so touched. Liang Bing said excitedly, and jumped into Bai Ye's arms like an octopus. Humph. Seeing this, Nuwa felt a little uncomfortable. She wanted to give Bai Ye a child more and more now. As for the name, Bai War. It doesn't sound good. It's better to call her Bai Siener. Well, in the future, her and Bai Ye's child will be called Bai Siener. As the god of creation, she must give birth to a fairy-like daughter. She must be more beautiful than that Bai Binger. They worked together to grab their father's favor. When of course, the most important thing is that her daughter must be a very good king. It would be best if she could use her unique skill Nuwa on her account to get the first place in the peak competition. Well, that's it, no other requirements. Bai Ye naturally didn't know what Nuwa was thinking. Even if he knew 917, he didn't care. Bai Ye was now thinking about how to deal with the eyes of Yen and others. Because just now, Bai Ye named Liang Bing's daughter. The eyes of Yen, Ling, and others looked at him even more passionately. That look was as if he wanted to eat him up. Lord Bai Ye, you can't favor one over the other. Yes, Lord Bai Ye, we also want to have a lovely daughter. Lord Bai Ye, please meet our request. Lord Bai Ye. Yen and others' angel looked at Bai Ye with a charming look. If it was before, Liang Bing would have exploded. But now, Liang Bing no longer cares about all this. She is already pregnant with Bai Ye's first daughter. So, her position in Bai Ye's heart is absolutely unshakable. These angels will only be losers in the end. Lord Bai Ye, you can't be partial. Yen and others said again. This time, even Yuruwa, Kong Si, D. Meng and other girls from the martial arts world were moved. Nuwa looked at Bai Ye with burning eyes. Bai Ye had no choice but to agree to their request. Another grand impart. Just like before. Bai Ye did not use the power of destruction. But whether she can get pregnant or not, it still depends on their pregnancy. Maybe she really can't get pregnant. After all, Bai Ye still has some selfishness. Nuwa has a great possibility. Yen also has some possibilities. But Angel Lung and Yurua and others should be impossible. Liang Bing's pregnancy. Soon, the whole Bai Ye universe knew about it. Even Keisha, Hashi, and Yotsuya Miko knew about it. In order to show off, Liang Bing also told everyone in the chat group that she was pregnant with Bai Ye's child. And in the chat group, when everyone knew that Liang Bing was pregnant, they were undoubtedly very shocked. Daqin Zulong, so, the queen is really pregnant. Daqin Zulong, hiss hiss. This is really too surprising. My dance king, ha ha ha. Congratulations. At Keisha is AB***ch, queen, when your daughter is born, I will definitely give you a big red envelope. World Overlord, same as before, Old Wei also gave me 10 big red envelopes. World Overlord, it's a pity that Yurua and Kongsi didn't get pregnant. Xiongba felt extremely sorry. It's a pity that his daughter Yurua couldn't fight for it. Of course, what Xiongba didn't know was Yurua also wanted to get pregnant, but this kind of thing was not decided by her. Bai Ye didn't agree, she couldn't do anything. What's more, even if, Bai Ye agreed. Her own belly was not fighting for it. Universe Overlord Boros, the queen is pregnant. Damn. Doesn't that mean that Lord Bai Ye's first child is about to be born? Captain of the 5th Division, congratulations Lord Bai Ye. King of Fishman Island, congratulations, ha ha ha. I didn't expect to witness the birth of Lord Bai Ye's first child. It's really an honor to say so. Daqin Zulong, indeed, as the first child of Lord Bai Ye, I really can't imagine the love this child will receive in the future. Daqin Zulong, but since she is the daughter of Boss Liang Bing, I believe she will be a lawless little queen like Boss Liang Bing in the future, right? Haha. Keisha is AB***ch, of course, when my daughter is born, I will gather all the love of the universe on her. Keisha is AB***ch, even if she wants stars, I will pick them. Pluto, awesome. Pluto, congratulations to Queen Liang Bing. King of Curses, congratulations to Queen Boss on the birth of her daughter. Congratulations. Seeing Liang Bing talking about this in the group, Sukuna immediately came out to flatter her. Spirit Hall Saint, I envy you for getting pregnant with Lord Bai Ye's child. Yotani Miko, I envy you. Nakano Miku, I envy you too, but I haven't grown up yet. Super beautiful, Aqua, what? Damn, you are the first one to get pregnant. Super beautiful, Aqua, I also want to have a child for fun, but my stomach is not full. Sharona, hiss. So much information, it seems that you and Lord Bai Ye are all related. Su Xiao, don't worry, you can't escape in the future. Lay movie, is Queen Liang Bing pregnant? In other words, Ing is going to be a sister-in-law. Happy. Queen Medusa, you are really a big-headed guy. Universe Overlord Boros, to celebrate the birth of Lord Bai Ye's first child, how about we have a group gathering? Konoha Dance King, that's fine. Daqin Zulong, agree. Captain of the 5th Division, agree. Hades, I have no objection. King of Curses, guys, where are we going to gather? Konoha Dance King, come to our ninja world, I just happen to have nothing important to do here. King of Fishman Island, what does Lord Bai Ye think? Keisha is AB***ch, hee, I have no objection either, I agree on behalf of my husband. Gods of Destruction Bai Ye. That's it, the second group gathering. Just walked down like that. Bai Ye didn't care. Anyway, he was quite free during this period. As for the martial arts tournament in Dragon Ball Universe, there are still 2 days left. It's almost time to go back to the Dragon Ball world. Chapter 198 The Lawless by Binger, the Universe Martial Arts Conference is coming. The matter of Liang Bing's pregnancy came to an end. In fact, Bai Ye was quite happy about Liang Bing's pregnancy. Thinking of his upcoming daughter, Bai Ye couldn't help but feel a little excited. The time of the Universe Martial Arts Tournament is coming soon. Bai Ye originally wanted to go back to the Dragon Ball world directly. But since Liang Bing is pregnant, he had to accompany her for a few days. Bai Ye accompanied Liang Bing for a while in the Angel City. The flow of time here is almost zero. But because it is a divine body. In addition, Bai Ye's divine gene is too strong. Liang Bing's belly bulged quickly. It can only be said that with the current strength of Bai Ye and Liang Bing, the life bred will naturally be different. Bai Ye has sensed it. Bai Binger in Liang Bing's body actually had self-awareness when she was 3 months old. It's just that because the body has not been fully bred, so it can't be born for the time being. Like Bai Ye, Bai Binger is born with the physique of a perfect legendary scion. Of course, we have to add an extremely terrifying gods of destruction body. In other words, Bai Ye's first daughter, Bai Bingwu. She was born to be a little gods of destruction with terrifying strength. Even Bai Ye felt the existence of rules such as miracles, reincarnation, and the power of time and space from her body. It has to be said. Bai Binger's martial arts talent is even more terrifying and heaven-defying than Bai Ye's. The reason why Bai Ye is so powerful is largely because of the system. But Bai Binger is different. She is born so powerful. Perhaps Bai Ye's genes are too powerful. And Bai Binger, who perfectly inherited Bai Ye's talent, has become an existence more terrifying than Bai Ye's talent. Of course, Ri didn't think anything of this. After all, she is his daughter. Bai Ye feels very happy that his daughter is so powerful. But Bai Binger is still young and has not been born yet. Although her martial arts talent is extremely powerful. But it will take a long time to surpass Bai Ye. Perhaps, Bai Binger will never surpass Bai Ye. Because Bai Ye's cheat is too big. In the process of accompanying Liang Bing. Since Bai Binger's consciousness was born, Bai Ye can't avoid some complaints from his daughter. For example, don't poke me with a stick. Yes, although it is still in the belly. But Bai Binger has learned to transmit sound to Bai Ye. Although the words transmitted are very strange. But at least she can speak. So every time Bai Ye and Liang Bing occasionally grow up, Bai Binger's words will always come to Bai Ye's mind. Complain about his father. At this time, Bai Ye will be a little embarrassed, which makes Liang Bing, who is in high spirits, a little dissatisfied. Then Liang Bing will move by herself. Bai Ye has no choice but to listen to his daughter's complaints. On the side. In fact, this really can't be blamed on Bai Ye. If you want to blame, you can only blame Liang Bing. Bai Ye's addiction is really not that serious. But Liang Bing is a typical green and playful person. So Bai Ye can only let her do what she wants. I have wronged my daughter. I don't know how Bai Binger will complain about her mother when she grows up. In short, life in her own universe is quite comfortable. And Liang Bing is now the most important person in the entire universe. Naturally, she is loved. Keisha, he, she, Yen. Even Bibi Dong, Yotani Miko, Yurikawa Hana, Aqua. They all take care of Liang Bing in every possible way. After all, she is Bai Ye's first daughter. Her importance is naturally self-evident. Naturally, she was loved by the entire universe. Even Aqua, the little idiot with a big nerve, gave Bai Binger a lot of blessings. She also said that she wanted to be Bai Binger's mother. As soon as this was said, everyone complained about it. Liang Bing couldn't help laughing. I can only say that Aqua is too simple. She doesn't know anything. Fortunately, Bai Ye accepted her. Otherwise, she would have been deceived and lost everything. It can be said that Bai Binger is born to be a proud girl. Not only is her martial arts talent terrifying, she is also loved by everyone. Bai Ye's doting, and the doting of everyone in the universe. It also cultivated Bai Binger's lawless character. She is somewhat similar to Liang Bing. After all, they are from the same mold. But to some extent, Bai Binger is even more lawless than Liang Bing. Under Bai Ye's doting, this girl doesn't know what fear is at all. So much so that later, after knowing the existence of chat groups and the heavens and the worlds, she became an unscrupulous little devil. Although Bai Ye always helped her clean up her mess. In the future, Bai Bing also traveled to a fantasy world with a high status. She said she wanted to catch a bunch of maids for her father. 0, *****. The immortal emperors in that world were restless. The natives of that world were almost annoyed to death by Bai Binger. They united many immortal emperors to capture Bai Binger. Even the Dao-sacrificing realm appeared. But in the end, they were helpless. It can only be said that Bai Binger is such a lawless devil. After all, she grew up in an environment where everyone doted on her. It is difficult to keep her character from being distorted. But Bai Ye didn't care. His daughter could do whatever she wanted. At his level, there was no need to be cautious. Bai Ye's excessive doting also led to a consequence. That is, Bai Binger almost fought with Liang Shui for Bai Ye. As for the reason, it is not convenient to say it clearly. Of course, that is all for later. At this time, Dragon Ball World. With a whoosh. Accompanied by instant transmission, Bai Ye left his universe and returned to the Dragon Ball World. In the Gods of Destruction world, Whis and Beerus are leisurely eating instant noodles. Beerus, this guy, has not slept since he woke up from his sleep last time. In the name of enjoying the food on Earth. From time to time, he goes to Earth with Whis to have a feast. Never pays for food. Always says Bai Ye's name. Of course, Bulma always finishes the meal every time. But since he is Bai Ye's friend, although Bulma is a little depressed, she doesn't say anything. Anyway, as long as Beerus doesn't destroy the Earth, it's fine. Well, is it Bai Ye? Are you back? Yes, there are instant noodles here. It seems to be called instant noodles on Earth. This thing tastes pretty good. Do you want to eat it? Seeing Bai Ye coming over, Beerus said carelessly. Although this guy's personality is a bit weird. But he treats his friends quite well. At least he doesn't guard his food and shares it. Oh, Lord Bai Ye is back. Whis took a bite of the delicious instant noodles and said with a smile. Well, Whis, I'm back. Bai Ye nodded, and didn't say where he was going. He walked forward, picked up a bucket of instant noodles and took a bite. Then he said. Whis, how long is it until the Universe Martial Arts Conference? Chapter 199 Lord Bai Ye, please fight with me. Whis, how long is it until the Universe Martial Arts Tournament? Bai Ye asked calmly. Speaking of which, he hasn't been back to the Dragon Ball world for a long time. The time in other worlds is faster. In the Dragon Ball world, for some reason, the time is still slower. Perhaps it's because the world's status is too high. Or perhaps it's because of other reasons. Anyway, the time in the Dragon Ball world passes very slowly. That's why Bai Ye is so leisurely in other worlds. Well, let's calculate the time, it should be tomorrow, right? Oh, if Lord Bai Ye hadn't said it, I almost forgot that the martial arts tournament between us and the 6th universe is coming. Whis said with a smile. Well, what universe martial arts tournament, why are you talking so much? Whis, food is more important now. Beerus still had an indifferent attitude and said, 313. As he spoke, he snatched Whis's instant noodles and ate them. Whis just laughed at this. Didn't care. Tomorrow? Calculating the time, it's almost time. In that case, Whis, let's go. Bai Ye said. Whis nodded. Then, the two ignored Beerus, who was only concerned with eating. With a buzz. In the blink of an eye, he disappeared from the spot and arrived on Earth in an instant. Beerus. No. I haven't gotten on the car yet. And you didn't take me with you. Beerus was a little confused. But after thinking about it, he felt that Bai Ye and Whis went to Earth for the Universe Martial Arts Tournament. Still thought it was okay. Beerus didn't think that relying on the Spirit Time House alone. It would be possible to create a few strong men comparable to gods of destruction. So he still thought instant noodles were more delicious. Earth. Shidu. Bai Ye and Whis came here. Bai Ye. Master Bai Ye. And Mr. Whis, you are here. Seeing Bai Ye and Whis, Bulma, Lan Chi and others who had been waiting here for a long time, immediately came to greet them. Not only them, but other Z fighters were also here. Master Bai Ye, are you here to let Goku and others come out? Master Roshi asked. According to the time of the Universe Martial Arts Tournament that Bai Ye said at the time. The time when Son Goku and others in the Spirit Time House came out. It was almost today. Therefore, before Bai Ye and Whis arrived, Master Roshi brought all the Z fighters on Earth to wait here. Well, I came here for this matter. Bai Ye ignored Master Roshi. He slowly walked to the front of the Spirit Time House. Then, he waved his hand. Son Goku and Vegeta who were in the Spirit Time House were released instantly. Ah. Vegeta, why did we suddenly come out? Son Goku, who was released, was confused. Just now, he was practicing fighting with Vegeta in the Spirit Time Chamber. However, just when they were fighting heartily, suddenly, he was pulled out of the Spirit Time Chamber by an inexplicably powerful force. Idiot. We were released by Lord Bai Ye, Kakarot, you big idiot. Vegeta looked at Son Goku's stunned look and couldn't help but sneer. Huh? Lord Bai Ye. Lord Bai Ye, why are you here? Reminded by Vegeta, Son Goku also found Bai Ye standing behind him. He immediately turned around and said to Bai Ye excitedly. Lord Bai Ye, after training, I have become very powerful now. I have reached a level beyond Super Saiyan. Please, Lord Bai Ye, fight me, please. Son Goku bowed his head, put his hands together, and said excitedly. Oh. Really? Bai Ye smiled. And at this time, Vegeta was scared to death. He stood up suddenly and kicked Son Goku hard. Kakarot, you idiot. Are you looking for death? Lord Bai Ye is not someone you can challenge. Vegeta said loudly. And then he apologized to Bai Ye, Lord Bai Ye, I'm very sorry. Seeing this scene, Whis on the side found it very interesting. He couldn't help laughing. Oh, Lord Bai Ye, they are very energetic and their strength has improved a lot. Maybe it can really help our 7th universe win the Universe Martial Arts Tournament. Whis said happily. It's okay, try your best. Bai Ye didn't care. Although Son Goku was a bit careless and stubborn. But it was quite interesting. At this time, Son Goku, who was kicked by Vegeta, saw that Bai Ye was not angry, and came over again. Very excitedly said. Master Bai Ye, please fight with me. Really please. Kakarot. Vegeta's face was almost green with fear, and he quickly controlled Zero. As the one who knew the habits of gods of destruction best, he was really afraid that Bai Ye would destroy the earth. Of course, the angry Master Bai Ye might not destroy the earth for other reasons. But he would definitely destroy them. So Vegeta was trembling with fear now. Standing there with his head down, he dared not move. For fear that Bai Ye would be angry. Hearing Son Goku's challenge, to be honest, Yi didn't mean to be angry. Instead, he became a little interested and nodded lightly. It was also considered an agreement with Son Goku. Goku's request. Sure, it's a good opportunity to see how you are doing in the Spirit Time Room. Bai Ye said lightly. Then, with a swish, Bai Ye's body slowly floated in the air, with his hands behind his back, looking down at Son Goku below. Son Goku, come on. Ah, yes. Lord Bai Ye. Son Goku was extremely excited, and the Saiyan blood in his body was boiling. And at this moment, Vegeta was almost scared silly. No. Lord Bai Ye really agreed to the request of that idiot. Vegeta was a little envious. Because this opportunity to challenge Bai Ye is so rare and so honorable. Uncle Piccolo, Dad is really going to fight with Lord Bai Ye. Son Gohan said with a shocked face. Piccolo standing beside him just nodded and said nothing. Oh 1.2 Ruru, there's a good show to watch. Whis still had a fun-loving attitude. He took out some snacks and sat on a chair to watch the show happily. He was afraid that the battle between Bai Ye and Son Goku above would affect everyone. Then he used the power of Angel to cast an energy shield. Surrounded everyone. This way he wouldn't be afraid of being disturbed while watching the show. I don't know how long that little guy can last under the hands of Lord Bai Ye. Whis said with a smile. For a moment, everyone's eyes looked up and fell on Bai Ye and Son Goku. Swish. Boom. Accompanied by terrifying air waves. In an instant, the wind and clouds gathered and swept away everything. A terrifying energy aura instantly burst out from Son Goku's body. HAAAAAAA. Chapter 200 Super Saiyan Level 2. The group members were stunned. Interesting. Feeling the powerful aura emanating from Son Goku, Bai Ye found it very interesting. Such interesting things naturally cannot be enjoyed alone. With a ding. With the prompt sound of the chat group, Bai Ye opened the group live broadcast. Chat group. After Bai Ye started the live broadcast, everyone in the group entered Bai Ye's live broadcast room one after another. Bai Ye's live broadcast had not been on for many seconds. All group members came in. In fact, it is also normal. After all, everyone in the chat group has set Bai Ye as a special attention. Even the new Medusa and Sirona are the same. Needless to say about Pluto. As long as it is a villain who pursues power, they will pay special attention to Bai Ye. So Bai Ye's live broadcast room was soon full of people. Daqin Zulong, hiss. Why did Lord Bai Ye suddenly start a live broadcast? What's going on? Konoha Dance King, this is the first time I have seen Lord Bai Ye take the initiative to start a live broadcast. World Overlord, I guess Lord Bai Ye must have something very important to show me and others. 01. Captain of the 5th Division, the case has been solved. Queen Medusa, is that guy a fun person? Mikado Nakano, yes, Lord Bai Ye has this kind of personality. Queen Medusa, so that's why, no wonder. Medusa finally knew Bai Ye's personality. It turns out that he is a fun person. No wonder his personality is so unscrupulous and lawless. After all, fun people are like this. Since he is a fun person, as long as I please him and bring him enough fun, I think that guy will make me stronger. Medusa thought to herself, and she became more determined in her mind. If Bai Ye knew what Medusa was thinking, he would definitely nod in agreement. Little snake, your path is indeed a bit wide. Keisha is AB***CH, F***K. Husband, what's going on now? Why did you suddenly start live streaming? Gods of Destruction Bai Ye, nothing, just to show you some fun. Martial Spirit Hall Saint, Master Bai Ye, who is that guy with golden light all over his body? When Bibi Dong joined the group, she didn't know about the Dragon Ball world. She hadn't watched Bai Ye's previous live streaming, so she didn't know Son Goku. Yotani Miko, Sister Bibi Dong, he is Son Goku, a Saiyan. Lay movie, Saiyan. Yotani Miko, that's right, but Son Goku can also transform into a Super Saiyan, but I don't know what his situation is now. Yotani Miko, for this kind of thing, you have to ask the professional Su Duxian. At Su Xiaoxiao. Su Xiaoxiao. Su Xiaoxiao, being whipped again, I guess I can't get over this black history, right? Su Xiaoxiao was a little speechless. But in fact, she didn't care much. After seeing the status of Son Goku in the live streaming, Soon explained to everyone. Su Xiaoxiao, according to Son Goku's current state, he should be transforming into Super Harmful Stage 2. Daqin Zulong, Super Saiyan Stage 2. Tianxia Overlord, Super Saiyan Stage 2. Konoha Dance King, what is this? Captain of the 5th Division, I'm curious too. Universe Overlord Boros, Super Saiyan has a second stage. Universe Overlord Boros, could there be a third stage? Curse King, damn. That guy named Son Goku can actually transform. Awesome. Pluto, what is Super Saiyan? Sharona, what is Super Saiyan? Queen Medusa, +1. Compared to Boros and other old group members, Pluto and Medusa, the three new group members who just joined the group, were confused. However, everyone in the chat group quickly explained to the three of them. Dragon Ball World. Master Bai Ye. Next is the result of my training in the Spirit Time Room. Please give me more advice, Master Bai Ye. Son Goku said excitedly, facing Bai Ye. Then, his shoulders shook and he clenched his fists. His whole body was shaking uncontrollably. The veins on his forehead bulged. The ground was shaking, and a terrible and powerful aura instantly emanated from Son Goku's body. Whis, who was sitting below watching the show, couldn't help but squint his eyes and became interested. Oh, this power is really interesting. Whis said happily. In the sky, ha! Goku's forehead fell down. This is Super Saiyan Beyond Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan second stage. Ah. After transforming into Super Saiyan 2, Son Goku made a sound of relief. I didn't expect it to be so smooth this time. I thought it would take some time. It seems that I have indeed become stronger, ahaha. Son Goku touched his head and said carelessly. After speaking, his eyes instantly became sharp. He looked at Bai Ye seriously. Master Bai Ye, this is the new power I learned in the Spirit Time Chamber. Super Saiyan Beyond Super Saiyan second stage. Master Bai Ye, I'm going to go, please give me more advice. Son Goku put his hands together and said very modestly. He knew very well in his heart. Even if he transformed into Super Saiyan 2, he would not be Bai Ye's opponent. Bai Ye gave him the feeling. Bai Ye just stood there and gave Son Goku felt invincible. As if Bai Ye was born invincible. Below, the audience watching the show. See Son Goku transform into the second stage of Super Saiyan. Except for Vegeta, Son Gohan, and Piccolo who were training with Son Goku in the Spirit Time Chamber. In the eyes of Krillin and other Z warriors. Suddenly, a shocked expression appeared. What is this? Super Saiyan second stage. Above Super Saiyan, there is a realm beyond Super Saiyan. It's too scary. Krillin and the others were stunned.